A very good morning to you. Many thanks for joining us here on Breakfast Daily. This is Channel One Television, and we're super grateful to you for spending time with us each and every other morning. Thank you and welcome. It's a bright start to a new week. It's a new day, and we continue to give thanks to God Almighty for showering us with His grace, with His mercy, with His favor, that you and I today are counted among the living. Let me hear the people of God say amen. All right. Thank you so much. Now, it's an interesting day because we have a lot, so much for you on the show today. And then, of course, there's going to be a big reveal. Okay, so you just want to stay tuned to us right here on Channel One Television, locked in on the show Breakfast Daily. There's going to be a big announcement, a big reveal. And so stay tuned right here as we'll come your way with that wonderful, that fantastic news that we have for you. But forgive me for starting on a sad note. Okay, there's a disturbing issue that we've come across, that a student, a child, let me put it that way so that you can understand, a child risk amputation because of the negligence of a proprietress of a school. This child is unfortunately suffering from foot rot. Okay, now in a bid to help with this foot rot condition of this child, this proprietress has forced older students stronger than the child to hold the child down, and the leg of this little girl has been dipped in hot water. And today, the entire leg is sore. In fact, the leg needs to be amputated, basically. I see that the most even worrying concern about this is the nonchalant behavior of this proprietress, who doesn't even care, doesn't want to show up, doesn't want to provide the necessary support. It's morning TV, so we are unable to show you the actual pictures. It's gross, and so we're unable to show you the actual pictures. But the kind of pain this child is going through, it's just unimaginable that a proprietress, if this child has this condition, what happened to sending the child back home to seek care or treatment before reporting? That you take it upon yourself and then you dip the leg of this child in hot water to the extent that the entire foot of the child is now sore. And you see, as a teacher, as a headmistress, as a proprietress, you have a duty of care. You owe this child a duty of care. The parents of this child have entrusted that responsibility into your hands. And so you owe this child a duty of care. And to engage in such irresponsible behavior, I'm shocked. And I ask, if it were your child, what would you have done? If it were your child, would you have subjected this child to the same treatment? And you listen to the mother of the child. I mean, she was in tears. She broke down. Because at this point, she's helpless. It's difficult. It's really difficult to comprehend that a human being will be so cruel, so callous. Oh, Lord. It's very heartbreaking. And we'll take this up. I mean, we're not just going to report and leave it like that. We'll take this matter up and seek some justice for this little girl. It's unheard of. It's uncalled for. It is cruel. It is wicked. Very callous of the proprietress. And to think that other children are in this school. Perhaps this is the only case that has come to our attention. What if there are similar cases in this school? It's heartbreaking. And I wish I could show you the actual pictures. I wish I could even find the words to describe the level of damage caused to this child. At this point, children her age are playing and she's unable to join them. Children her age are walking and she's unable to walk just because of one wicked decision by one individual. And I understand that when the accessories, even the provisions are sent to the child, you take them and you've given this child one pair of socks So it's the same socks she's wearing to class. She'll close, and it's a boarding school. So just imagine that setting. She wear the same socks to class, wash it after class, wear the same thing next morning, whether dry or not. And when this child develops a foot rot, you are blaming the child, and you dip the foot of the child in hot water. How wicked can you be? How wicked can any human be? Why would you subject a little girl to such inhumane treatment? We're going to take it up with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. We're going to take it up with the Ghana Police Service, and we'll make sure that investigations are conducted properly and some justice brought to this little child and her family. Because the mother is devastated. Like, she's thrown her hands in the air in despair. She has... It's painful. See, if you have a child, you understand the difficulty in appreciating or comprehending this particular situation. And perhaps you might not get it, and forgive me, I'm unable to show you the pictures as they are. It's too early. But if you should see them, you understand why there is a need for some justice for this little child. And you see, it's the attitude, the I don't care attitude of this so-called proprietors that is even breaking my heart. You won't answer calls. You won't provide the needed financial assistance. And the audacity to even tell them that if you come and visit the child, then what? Will the leg heal if you visit the child? Are you serious? Just wait till the law is brought to bear upon you, and then we'll know that you owe a duty of care to someone, and you decide whether it's negligence, whether it's ignorance, whether it is wickedness, callousness. You decide to do your own thing. You the adult, you even the adult, if we should have men hold you down and dip your leg in hot water, how will it feel? May the good Lord forgive us all. All right. Like I mentioned, there's going to be a big reveal today, so stay tuned. It's going to be happening at 7:30. We're going to have a big announcement for you, so stay tuned. It has to do with the Heritage Caravan 2026. The major announcement will be made today. So yeah, you're going to have all the details today by 7:30. You would know where we're going, which routes we're using, where we're sleeping, and how much it's going to cost you, and when we are going. So stay with us here on Breakfast Daily, right here on Channel One Television. Please, don't even attempt to go anywhere, okay? Because you need this information to be able to plan going forward. All right. So that's about it for the Heritage Caravan. The big announcement is happening. Our head of events and plan partnerships, Freme Dunyame, will be on air, and she will make that huge announcement this morning. So stay with us right here on Channel One TV for that big announcement. Okay, now let's get into the newspapers this morning. I'm going to start with the Ghanaian Times. Front page of the Ghanaian Times says, President Mahama orders review of NLA KGL contracts. President Mahama orders review of NLA KGL contract. Then we have Ken Ofori-Atta to appear before U.S. immigration judge January 20. That's according to the Attorney General. Ken Ofori-Atta to appear before U.S. immigration judge on January 20. And then you have SSNIT increases monthly pensions by 10%, but CSPF says it is inadequate. SSNIT increases monthly pensions by 10%, but CSPF says it is inadequate. Then we have deposit mobilization strategy strengthens NIB PLC's financial performance. Deposit mobilization strategy strengthens NIB PLC's financial performance. All right, now let me take you to the back page real quick and bring you some sports stories. The Ghana Premier League, Midyama tighten grip, Kotoko drop points again. 11 Wonders grab season's second win. Wayo's late strike gives Hearts edge over Hohoi United. So that's the Ghanaian Times, and some stories making the front page as well as the back page. Let's go to the Chronicle. Quite heavy on politics, MPP politics. And It says 118 former PCs pledged to vote for Bawumia. 118 former PCs pledged to vote for Bawumia. Give me the power and I'll give you jobs. That's Kennedy Agyapong speaking there. Kennedy Agyapong speaking there. And then we have Brian wins grassroots support in the northern regions. Brian wins grassroots support in the northern regions. So that's the front page of the Chronicle. When you go on the back page, a couple sports stories there as well. But let's bring you the scripture for today, which is taken from the book of Luke, the chapter number 6, the verse numbered 26. Woe to you when all people speak well of you, for so their fathers did to the false prophets. Luke 6:26. Woe to you when all people speak well of you, for so their fathers did to the false prophets. So be careful of the sycophants and the bootlickers. That's what the Chronicle is saying today, capturing a text from the good book, the Bible. All right, let's go to the Daily Guide newspaper. Daily Guide says, Ghana Embassy confirms Ofori-Attah's U.S. detention. Ghana's embassy confirms Ofori-Attah's U.S. detention. 2024 NPP PCs endorse Bawumia. 2024 NPP PCs. So that's the parliamentary candidates in the 2024 general elections for the New Patriotic Party, NPP, endorse Bawumia. My presidency will be about jobs. That's according to Kennedy Ohene Akompreko Agyapong. My presidency will be about jobs. Okay. 7 highway robbers nabbed. 7 highway robbers nabbed. KGL welcomes government contract review. KGL welcomes government contract review. So that's the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go to the Herald. The Herald. Herald says, AG's multiple claims on Ofori-Attah's detention over U.S. visa status confusing. AG's multiple claims on Ofori-Attah's detention over U.S. visa status confusing. Then you have Ayene rubbishes typographical error excuse in drip procurement. Says 22 million cedis tax evasion, $2 million overpayment transaction confirmed. Ayene rubbishes typographical error excuse in drip procurement. Says 22 million cedi tax evasion, $2 million overpayment transaction confirmed. Dafia Mekpo hails rapid progress on South Dai road works. Dafia Mekpo hails rapid progress on South Dai road works. Government earned 300 million cedis from KGL in 2025 amid review of NLA agreement. Government earned 300 million cedis from KGL in 2025 amid review of NLA agreement. Gonja chief blocks NDC MP's burial over land dispute. Gonja chief blocks NDC MP's burial over land dispute. So that's the Herald newspaper for today, Monday, January 12, 2026. Now let me take you to the Ghanaian Publisher. Ghanaian Publisher says Ken can lead NPP to victory. This is according to Dr. KK Sapong. Ken can lead NPP to victory, according to Dr. KK Sapong. NPP race, 118 former candidates endorse Bawumia. NPP race, 118 former candidates endorse Bawumia. KGL backs review of NLA deal. KGL backs review of NLA deal. Then we have police grab 7 highway robbers. Police grab 7 highway robbers. Police grab 7 highway robbers. So that's the Ghanaian Publisher. The Ghanaian Publisher. Let me now take you to the Insight newspaper. What's the Insight saying this morning? KGL welcomes review committed to delivering more value to NLA and GRA. KGL welcomes review committed to delivering more value to NLA and GRA. Low-income pensioners get a major boost as SSNIT raises minimum pension by 36.52% for 2026. Low-income pensioners get major boost as SSNIT raises minimum pension by 36.52% for 2026. Now, towards resetting Ghana, Mahama outlines 5-pillar agenda. Towards resetting Ghana, Mahama outlines 5-pillar agenda. And then you have Lands Minister secures government assets, vows to rescue abandoned projects. And then the South Shore University College announces rebranding, official launch in Accra. And protesters urge UK government to grow a spine and stand up to Trump. Protesters urge UK government to grow a spine and stand up to Trump. So that's the Insights newspaper. Let me wrap it off with the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor newspaper says, fixing the G40 puzzle, Everstone Energy unveiled. Yeah, fixing the G40 puzzle, Everstone Energy unveiled. KGL welcomes review, vows to delivering more value to NLA and GRA. Then you have NPA boss speaks at 77th New Year School. NPA boss speaks at 77th New Year School. Police arrest 7 deadly highway robbery gang. Police arrest 7 deadly highway robbery gang. So these are some of the newspapers for today. Let me take you online now. I'm going to start off with Channel 1 TV. So channel1newsonline.com. Channel1newsonline.com. You can go there and get details of our stories. They're leading with the finance ministry, and the story says government resets energy sector, settles $1.4 billion arrears. Government resets energy sector, settles $1.4 billion arrears. Police arrest 6 suspected land guards after gun battle at Trasaku. Police arrest 6 suspected land guards after gun battle at Trasaku. Okay. Moving on, Saglemi case, Ayene seeking to bury the truth. That's according to Alfred Tia Yeboah, a former Deputy Attorney General. He says Ayene is seeking to bury the truth in the Saglemi case. Ayawasu East, focus on mourning, not replacement. Kabiru tells NDC. Focus on mourning and not replacement. Kabiru tells NDC. Dennis Miracles Abuaje is captured here, and he says cost of living worse after a year of NDC rule. Cost of living worse and after a year of NDC rule. That's according to Dennis Miracles Abuaje. The vice president was at a funeral service for the late Ayawasu East MP, and she says late Ayawasu East MP's legacy must guide public service. Late Ayawasu East MP's legacy must guide public service. Now, Abosokai spare parts dealers and Guta resolve disputes. Abosokai spare parts dealers and Guta resolve disputes. A true gentleman of the House, Parliament honors late Ayawasu East MP. A true gentleman of the House, Parliament honors late Ayawasu East MP. Bejra demands justice for resource guard shot at Kalakpa Reserve. Bejra demands justice for resource guard shot at Kalakpa Reserve. Now, 5 suspected kidnappers arrested, victims rescued in Nsom. 5 suspected kidnappers arrested, victims rescued in Nsawam. Pensioners demand minimum living pension after 10% SSNIT increase. Pensioners demand minimum living pension after 10% SSNIT increase. Water crisis hits Lashibi Spintex as taps run dry for months. Water crisis hits Lashibi and Spintex as taps run dry for months. Then you have, will ensure Ofori-Attah's rights are respected, says the Ghana Embassy. Will ensure Ofori-Attah's rights are respected, says the Ghana Embassy. Let me now take you to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com, also capturing the finance minister's story. Says Mahama government pays $1.4 billion to stabilize Ghana's energy sector. Mahama government pays $1.4 billion to stabilize Ghana's energy sector. Forget the retail takeover. Nigerians pumped $103 million into Ghana's economy. Wow. Forget the retail takeover. And retail takeover here is in quote. And it says Nigerians pumped $103 million into Ghana's economy. Ghana's cannabis industry must shift from policy to action in 2026. Ghana's cannabis industry must shift from policy to action in 2026. Tua Yeboah defends Saglemi probe, accuses AG of spewing untruths. Tua Yeboah defends Saglemi probe, accuses AG of spewing untruths. Hassan Tampoli says NPP remains a national party, not ethnic or religious. That's Hassan Tampoli. NPP remains a national party, not ethnic nor religious. Ayawasu East. Too early for succession talk. That's according to Kabiru. He's an MP on the NPP side. Miracles is here. Dennis Miracles Abuaji, aide to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says Ghana experiencing a reverse, not a reset. Ghana experiencing a reverse, not a reset. Now, when you go to Buipe, quite an unfortunate accident. 5 firefighters injured in accident en route to fire scene. 5 firefighters injured in accident en route to fire scene. Drone technology needed to stop illegal mining at river sources. This according to the Western Regional Minister. Drone technology needed to stop illegal mining at river sources. That's according to the Western Regional Minister. And then you have Abosokai Spare Parts Dealers and Guta Renew Corporation after constructive talks. Abosokai Spare Parts Dealers and Guta Renew Corporation after constructive talks. So you get details of these stories and several others from citynewsroom.com, from channel1newsonline.com, as well as the Channel 1 News app on the Google Play Store. This is Breakfast Daily. Stay with us right here because we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll make that big announcement. All right, we'll do that big reveal and we'll all get to know the details of the 2026 Heritage Caravan. Stay with us. We'll be right back. 10 years of unforgettable memories, breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up. From the 1st to the 8th of March 2026, get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, it's It's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks, and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon.
The Sweetroot Secondary School SWESCO Alumni Association invites all alumni to its annual all-year groups Thanksgiving and Remembrance Service. There will be remembrance of the departed PCAs and also the launch of the 67th Speech and Prize Giving Day. The date, Sunday the 18th of January 2026. Time, it's 2 p.m. Venue, Cedar Mountain Assemblies of God Church, East Legon. Contact your year group president and register your attendance now. Semper Cum Optimus, always with the best.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Freshness redefined with Franco refrigerators. Imagine a refrigerator that keeps your food fresher and longer. Enjoy advanced features like the multi-air flow technology for optimal cooling, the smart humidity control for moisture levels, the fast freeze function for rapid cooling, and the energy efficient control for reduced power consumption. We have the double-decker freezers in different types. We also have the chest freezers in different types. We have the tabletop freezers. Get yourself a refrigerator from Franco and you will never regret. For online purchasing, just visit our website at www.francotrading.com. Call the numbers on the screen for bulk purchasing and any assistance. Franco Refrigerators, freshness redefined.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel One Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Welcome back. This is Channel One Television, and the show is Breakfast Daily. The segment is News Review, where we get into a conversation around some of the topical issues, bring you varying perspectives, and have you join us because it is interactive. We want to know what you think about the various topics and even the submissions that our guests will be making on these topics. So send us your thoughts, your comments, your contributions. You can do so via our WhatsApp number, which is on your screens. You can join us on our socials. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. We are on X, where we are very, very interactive. We are on Instagram, quite engaging there as well. And you can as well enjoy some exclusive video content from Channel One TV on TikTok. Go online, channel1newsonline.com. You get details of our stories. Go to our website, citynewsroom.com. You get details of our stories. But you can make life easier for yourself and for us all by downloading the Channel One TV, Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. The Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. And then you have access to all the news, all the information. It is factual, it is relevant, it is accurate, and you can have the details thereof. It's on the Channel One News app, hosted on the Google Play Store. The interface is quite simple, quite easy to navigate. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. Once again, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. My guests are in studio. Ibrahim Ajay is a former assistant secretary at the office of the former president. Elvis Dako is also here. He's the editor for the News Center newspaper, as well as newscenter.com, a web portal for relevant news. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Very good morning.
Yes, good to have you. Ibrahim, how was the weekend?
Weekend was fantastic. And I'll explain why. My daughter, Arado Tujana, was 6 years old yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
So we had a very good time.
Wow.
Very good time. Yes,
wow.
yes.
We're happy for her and we wish her well.
Thank you very much.
The future is bright.
Indeed, indeed.
Elvis, what have you been up to?
Oh, it wasn't that an interesting one. The media fraternity lost one of our most dedicated guys, Elom Edward Desewu. He is the founder of the Economic Times.
Yeah, Economic Times.
He passed and was laid to rest over the weekend. So Saturday we were at, they said they called the place Ablekumatigo. Ablekumatigo. They said, I've never been to that area. My first time of going, and Accra is big. If you see the city around Ablekuma, that area, you'll be... I was so much shocked.
But what's it with Ablekuma and these names? There's Ablekuma family.
And Ablekuma Tigo. But the sad thing is that the development is facade. Still no proper planning. That is the biggest problem in Ghana. So I just want to commiserate with the family, the children he left behind. And we pray that the good Lord will continue to comfort the family and the works he has done as a journalist. The fact that he actually founded a newspaper, I only hope and pray that those that will continue to manage the paper will be able to do it well, so that his legacy will live on for long. Yeah.
I hear the area is called Ablekumatigo Pool.
There's a pool. Yes, there's even a pool.
What is it that? What they have a mast there? So the area was named after it.
Maybe that is maybe Tigo Pool was the first mast, but I didn't see any mast anyway. But I think the whole area, maybe when we had the event was there, may not be the specific location, but they say the entire area is called Ablekuma Tigo Pool.
And it's normal for in Ghana, where not just Ghana, across the world, where you have place names. In La, we have La Wireless because of the telecommunications tower. For those who don't know, it's La, we used to call it Labadi, but it's La Wireless. So it's when you come to Tesha as well, we have telephone pole. When you're on the Rasta Road, there's an area called telephone pole, and we use these place names to locate and identify exactly where you are in the vicinity.
And Ashama is named after states in the U.S. and different.
Ashama, almost every country in the world.
Ashama, Washington.
No, Ashama has almost country in the world, from Lebanon to Mexico to Jericho to.
Ashama is a continent on its own.
Oh yeah, that's why Ashama there is like a conglomeration of the world. Because almost every country, but you know what brought it? It's because of the soldiers.
Oh, okay.
When they go for peacekeeping, any contingents, when they come, where they go to buy land to build their house, they will be among the first people to go and purchase land around that area. And most of the soldiers at Michelle camp decide to have their private properties. So then when they come from peacekeeping and they are able to purchase a land in a particular area, they give the name of where they went for the peacekeeping to make the money to do that property. Then it becomes, so if you go to places like Jericho, Lebanon, Jerusalem, Israel, and all those things, it's largely about this soldiers who have gone to peacekeeping and returned to procure land and decided that, okay, they will name the place after the country from where they went to peacekeeping to make the money to. So you hear a lot of the names, you realize that Ghanaian soldiers have been to those places for peacekeeping. And then instead they pays for other people to also to come in if the person has traveled to a country and comes to the area to be the first person to procure land or put up a property, they decide to name it after that country. And so it went on and went on, and now there's so many, but now there's also a lot of local names also that have come up because the communities, the traditional areas that owns them also realized that they are losing out.
Exactly.
So then they started also naming some of the traditional areas after their clans and the rest. So you have Ashama, Zenu, and all those things, also Apollonia, and all those areas coming up. So, but unfortunately, if you go to many of these places, the digital addresses we have done, because we didn't, people who are supposed to do the job didn't do a diligent work, you may have the name this, maybe Tigo, as we said, but they will give a different name for the whole area. You go to our rural areas and names of foreign countries have been used to name our on
the digital addresses.
In the digital addresses, I don't know if you go around, if you go to the villages, you will be shocked. The name that you have nothing to do with the community.
Really?
I'm telling you. Oh, let the original correspondent
do a
report on this for you. It is so interesting.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's so interesting. Go to Kanda, you see Sunyani Road, you see Tamale, you see just Kanda, you see all kinds of Sunyana Avenue, all kinds of different names.
Kanda here.
Kanda. You go to Kanda and check the digital address name. You ask yourself, why are we behind Jubilee House? And this is Kanda. Everyone in this place is the Kanda. And the names are from BA, North, and all kinds of places. If you go to rural areas, it's even worse. If you go to my hometown, the names that are used for the houses belongs to UK and other places. They have nothing to do with the community. No name of anybody in the community. The community name is missing. Wow. So you come to my hometown, I see the name of a building, and the community name is not even there. They just put some foreign name, and then they just put it and say that's the name of the community, and they use it to name buildings. I think that somebody needs to sit up and say, look, we have to redo this thing again, because really it doesn't reflect who we are. You go to the community has a name, and the house address does not include the name.
That's not reflects it.
And the name they give the street and the houses belong to some European countries, America, some crazy names. Some crazy names. I don't understand.
The people who did it were of a foreign orientation.
Is the building or the name? Because we have street names.
Street names.
It's not the street name.
So,
you see, what happened was
you're
that
saying that what's on the digital is different from the street name.
Exactly. The community name. The name is even. It's foreign to the whole community. People don't know how the assemblies came by that name. Because there's nobody in the community is called by that name. No lane in the community has that name. The community itself, the name of the community itself is not even the address. Because Ghana Post, which was supposed to do the work, did not have the manpower. So they actually ceded that duty to the assemblies to do it. And I don't know how the assemblies plan the whole thing.
Okay, so their own volition. The assemblies.
They just sit in their office and created
the names.
And just went around and pasted it around and said they have done digital addresses.
So if originally I live on, say, number 5 Jakpasu Road, but on the digital address it's number 5 Queensbridge.
Yeah, Queensbridge or Liverpool or something. Please, if you
we'll have to look into this.
Let your original correspondent go to rural communities and see. And see what I'm talking about.
The foreign names on the digital
all
address.
over the place. All over the place.
Wow.
As the name. And I'm like, nobody in the community understand even where this name came from. And when you ask them, so they were there when the assembly just came to emboss it that they are doing an address system. So no consultation with the people.
It's interesting. We'll look into it.
People. All they knew is that their houses have names. And now by this name, who is called by this name? Which street has this name? Or where is the name of the community?
They are non-existent in the community. Right, thank you. All right, people, thank you. Just a quick one. I'll make a quick detour to our radio studio because I did mention earlier that we have a big review this morning. There's a big announcement coming on the Heritage Caravan. The head of events and partnerships, Frema Edunyame, is currently on air. So let's cross over and let's get that announcement. We'll come back and then we'll continue our discussions.
So you did Soppy one song?
Yeah, I was like, no, but still, I'll go.
Where did you go from Kumasi? Because I think we did a military.
Yes, the military museum.
Yes.
So I met them at the military museum, and I don't really remember
the
full details because it's been one caravan after the other.
It's too much.
So, yeah.
But at what point were you doing U-Tour? Because I think there was one caravan that Samens told me that you would join us and record some things for U-Tour, because that was a show you were doing on, I think, Metro TV or something.
Yes. So I was doing U-Tour. As my own production. It was airing on Metro TV. And then I joined City in 2018.
Which means the 2017 version was the one that he told me that you were joining so that you will film some parts for your show.
Yes.
But I don't know if you're able to do it.
Yes. Well, a little bit, but when I joined in 2018, that I did it properly because now U-Tour was airing on City at the time, you know, City TV at the time. So we had to do it, and it was quite, interesting and tedious at the same time because you have to stop, go record, shoot somewhere, chase the bus, you know how the bus moves and all. So you have to do, because you also don't want to miss the fun, on the bus. So
one of the things that I find amazing is something has been running for 10 years, but every year gets more exciting. There are few things like that.
Yes.
Because, usually when you do something a few times, you get used to it. But I don't know, something about Heritage Caravan that I don't know what it is.
So with the Heritage Caravan, Ghana is very big. So even in Accra, you can't explore the whole of Accra in 2 days. So that's the kind of work that goes into the Heritage Caravan. We make sure that for patrons who will be on board, and let's not forget that we have patrons who have been on the caravan for 5 times, for 7 times. We always make sure that the experience is not the same. The places that we visit will not be the same. We change the dynamics all the time. So we ensure that people can come in. It doesn't matter whether you were on last year, the experience will be different, even if we are in Accra, even if we are in the Eastern region. So we will be in let's say 2018, we're in the Eastern region. 2019, we were there as well. 2020, but the experience will be different. Because
you may visit a different part of the region. And also the routes do change. I recall there were years we started and set off towards Cape Coast.
Yes.
And then went through the Western region.
Yes.
And climbed up.
This would be like 4 years ago.
And then come down and through the Volta.
Yes.
The other times we do the other way around.
Do the Volta, do Amejope and all that.
And then come down through the Western.
Exactly.
All right. The other thing I find interesting is that in the past, we just set off. But for the past few years, we set off with a Kinky party in Accra, some great music. Even the set off is a big thing.
Yes.
And then now we've added an Accra tour.
Exactly. And that is because we are touring. You see, we don't need to take for granted the fact that not all the patrons who come on Heritage Caravan are from Accra.
Correct.
So some come from different parts of the country. Others are coming from outside Ghana.
Exactly.
So we just don't converge and move.
Good.
So Greater Accra is part of the regions in Ghana.
Correct.
So we also need that excitement. Remember last year we had the Volta food experience.
Yes, please.
So we're in the Volta region, all the Amadechis
people.
So the family of the Dechis, we enjoyed all that. So in Greater Accra, it's also important for us to give that experience to people who are visiting Accra. And that is why we have changed how we even move, how the whole caravan starts. So in Greater Accra, we start, we have the Kinky party, we have, entertainment, everything. And that is where the bonding starts.
So the Heritage Caravan is not just sitting in a bus and driving around the country. It's going through the cultural experience of every region.
Exactly.
So you curate specific engagements per region.
Yes.
So people have an immersive feel of the region.
Absolutely.
And some of these are formal meetings because we meet chiefs.
Yes.
I remember when we went to Dagbon, the Yana was waiting for us. They've been waiting for since afternoon.
Yeah.
It was a whole formal day, and I was like, hey, I don't
so last year we were at the Bewa Palace as well.
Yeah.
And when we got there, we had delays on the road
Yeah.
because I mean, if you're moving with that crowd,
Yeah.
stop. I want to do A, I want to do B, I want to do I say A and B. All that you have to make room for that.
Okay.
So when we got to the Bewa Palace, we
Yeah.
were a little bit behind schedule.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, can we just rush through the stuff? Let's just meet up. It doesn't. No.
No,
We will still go through the protocol.
yes.
So we are sitting like,
You
oh
eat
my
cola.
God.
You
We will
clap
still
your
go
hands.
give the cola, do
I know it's
everything.
small. Hey, my
But
brother.
It also,
Aguru. Yeah.
exposes us to who we are as a people.
Yeah.
The cultural,
Yeah.
immersion that comes with it, because a lot of people who are not from the northern part,
Yeah.
really in quotes, have no business going up north.
Yeah.
So all their life, revolves around the southern parts of the
Yeah.
country and all. So it's also an avenue for people to know what happens up north. And people really get excited, and it also let us know that Accra is not Ghana.
So you deliberately pick events and activities that give people. So it's not just tourism, because I do know we do some tourist site visits as
do,
well.
yes.
So there's tourism and also the cultural. And now you've added the food experience
Yes.
to the
Yes,
whole thing.
we've done that.
Wow.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
every year there's something different.
Yes.
All right. So this year, the Heritage Caravan, when is it happening? What are the dates?
So we leave Accra on the 1st
Hey,
of March.
first
Day
March.
one.
Shi.
Day 1 of March we are leaving.
All right.
So the Heritage Caravan is the first event that kickstarts our Heritage Month. So it's always in the first week of March.
So that's
this
a
year,
Sunday.
So this year we move on Sunday. We come back on Sunday, which is the 8th of March.
Okay.
So 1st to 8th March 2026.
I see. And which regions are we visiting this year?
So this year we start from Greater Accra, which is the premises of Channel 1 TV. Tesano. So we are doing the Kenke party. We will have a bit of Wache. We'll have the brass band coming in. So we do that. So by 5:30, the caravan has begun.
All right.
So
Yeah.
we meet here at 5:30 a.m. for the Greater Accra experience. The Kenke. Wache. Now Wache is
early morning like that.
You see, one thing with the caravan is
You have to pack
there are-
because they are long drives.
and in the middle of the caravan, we sometimes move around 5 a.m. We move around, and the caravan is like that. You even lose track of the days of the week.
You forget where you
So
are.
sometimes you don't know whether today is Wednesday or today is Tuesday. Where we are going. When they say sleep, then you sleep. Wake up, then we wake up. So we don't even know. When they say eat, we are eating. Stop, then we are stopping. So it is not on Heritage Caravan. There's nothing like it's too early or it's too late. So we'll still do the Kenke and the Wache, with the brass band at 5:30 from Greater Accra, and then
Will
we
we
will
do any
leave.
visits in the region? Or this time we are moving quickly
This
because
time,
of the time?
yes, we are moving quickly, but maybe go through.
Because last year we
small-
went through the lighthouse.
Exactly.
We went through Gamashi areas. But this year we'll move quickly.
We'll move quickly because this year, still on the day 1, we have Safari Valley.
Okay.
To visit.
Safari
Exactly.
Valley
Yes. In the eastern region.
The eastern region.
Yes. So now,
What's the name of the town? Is it Edukrom?
Edukrom. Yes. So we'll go through the Safari Valley.
Before you go to the Volta region?
Before we go to, in fact, this time around, we are not going to Volta region proper, but we will go through.
Okay.
We will not be sleeping
In the Volta region?
region, but we'll go through the Volta
So
region.
you will go to Safari Valley?
Yes.
Are you sleeping there?
We are not sleeping there. We are sleeping at Royal Senchi.
Wow. From forest to riverside.
The caravan is a great opportunity to showcase
some of our
beautiful Ghana.
And the Safari Valley is
exactly. So day 1 from Greater Accra.
Sky. Have you gone to Safari Valley before?
Yes, I've been there.
Bro, it's something else. I wonder how they created the place. So the first day, Edukrom,
yes,
through the mountains, ending up at Senchi.
Yes,
sleeping at Senchi.
We are sleeping at Senchi, but Senchi too. You remember last year we were with the Chinchin band?
Yes, please.
So in fact, Chinchin is already even at Safari Valley waiting because they are that ready.
Okay.
So in that evening at the Royal Senchi, we have dinner with the live band, and Chinchin will be there and all that. So day 1 is very packed. So this is what's going to happen on day 1. Now, day 2, we leave the Royal Senchi and we are heading to the Upper East region.
You can't be serious.
Yes, Tom.
From Eastern to Upper East.
We are going.
Hey,
you understand?
What is this?
Well, yeah.
You are using Eastern Corridor, I hope.
Yes, we are using the Eastern Corridor.
So you drive largely through Volta,
exactly.
OT.
So go through OT and all that. And then
because from Senchi, Asikuma through the road that's mentioned, the minister, the deputy chief we've mentioned today. So Peki, Todome, all through,
all the way,
all through to Hokwe. to Otidamanko, all those sites.
And make a stop at Ghana's Hotel.
So you pass through Bimbila.
We'll go through Bimbila. In fact, we make a stop in Bimbila.
My God.
You know, but the final destination is Upper East Region,
Which means you use
Bolgatanga.
Nalerigu.
Yeah.
And then you end up Wale Wale, and then you continue all through to Bolga.
All the way to Bolga.
Hey!
Yes.
This is grueling.
It is a road trip. And you see, the beautiful thing is, it's not just a one move. So you know how we do it. We stop at filling stations. We do jama in between. We are eating.
I've never used the Eastern Corridor to the north. The farthest I've gone is, I think, Jasikan or so. So I really would love to be on that. But let's see how it goes.
Well, it should be. I mean, you can just. I mean, it's you, so you can pass through.
If Caleb and Sky will have mercy on me,
they will.
So that's day 2, East, Upper East.
Yes.
So this is straight to Paga.
Straight. Yes. So we are just moving in there. Just straight, get there, you know, miss the cultural display and all that with dinner and stuff. And then day 3, we are moving now to Northern Region proper.
So you come down.
So we are coming down. So in the morning, that's where we do the Paga, we do the Bolga, we day, you know.
So you do an event in the Upper East region.
Yes.
This is like an exhibition
like
of
a
a
proper
kind.
exhibition
On the day 2.
On day 2.
Okay.
So now we are in day 3.
Okay.
So the morning of Bolgatanga.
So they'll rest a bit.
Oh, so they will rest.
Because the drive was crazy.
Oh yeah.
So that evening we have the cultural display, you know, to show us the Upper East culture and all that with food. You get a vibe, That is it. You got it.
So all of that.
So we do that in the morning. We have the Bolga We Day, the exhibition, and then we move to the Paga, you know, the
Crocodile Pond
border, Burkina Faso and all that. Yes, and then we are moving to Modern City Hotel.
In Tamale now.
In Tamale.
So now you are in Tamale proper.
Yes. So now we are in Tamale. And in Tamale, we'll be at the Modern City Hotel. That'll be our anchor hotel. And for the first time, I'm excited to announce that we'll be staying in the Northern Region for 2 nights.
Wow. Yes. So we will not rush.
So we are not rushing. We are not rushing.
Hence the long drive.
Exactly. And it's also a way for us.
2 days in the
2 days in Northern Region. Because we really want to explore Northern Region. So we will be 2 days there. So we will do the Mole National Park. We'll, you know, Mole has its own excitement and its own feel that it comes with, you know. So there's another safari there. You know, so we are doing the Mole tour and all that. And then we'll also visit the Larabanga Mosque.
We've
not done Larabanga in a while.
Yes.
So we are doing Larabanga.
So this is on the Savannah region, down Mongo Road.
Yes.
So, wow.
And you know there's the Mystic Stone also in that area.
So basically
as well.
that route is Fufu Sola Road, Larabanga Mosque, the Mystic Stone, and then you end up at the what do you call it? The Mole.
No, so we are done with Mole.
And then you do
so
that
then
too.
we do.
Yeah, but it's on the same day.
It's on the same day.
On the same stretch.
Because now we have time in Northern Region.
So you sleep in the Northern Region.
Yes. Now, when we are coming back from Larabanga, we are going straight to the Dakpema Palace.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, when we say we are exploring the Northern Region, we are indeed exploring it. So
this one, you're not rushing at all.
No. So we go there to the Dakpema Palace in Tamale, you know, for proper culture and tradition.
Wonderful.
How is done up north, you know. So we will have all the horse dancing. I mean, it was in the Northern Region that I saw a horse dancing to rhythm.
Sure.
I was shocked.
It's not easy.
Horse, ponko, horse.
Horses are very. If a well-trained horse is an asset in Asian battle.
Yes.
A well-trained horse is more than a Charlie.
Yeah.
So you do 2 days of the Northern Region.
Yes.
With all those activities. When you are done, where do you go next?
So day 5, we are moving from the Northern Region and we are coming to the Ashanti region, Piao.
Okay. Piao.
Yes.
Your
you
people.
Know, so, hey, Mamizium.
Say,
mom. Yeah, that's that. So we are coming to the Ashanti region. And you know, certain things are peculiar to certain regions.
Of course.
You can't be in the Ashanti region and not experience fufu the chobawi.
Fufu the choba way.
We did it last year, and gosh, fufu
People liked
tasted
it.
differently.
My
You
God.
understand? Fufu tasted differently.
I tell you.
So if it's good, we do a round 2 and make it better.
So the Kumasi fufu experience.
Yes, will happen. You
I tell you.
understand? Chop bar with music and
Inside
everything.
Yes.
You get it?
Fufu in Fagba.
It's Apotoyiwa.
Yes.
That's what it means.
That's
Sky.
right.
Or how?
You see, the challenge I have with Sky is
Because
that the things you are saying, I have to read your lips in addition to what I'm hearing.
Can you say Vegba?
What?
Vegba.
Calm down.
Vegba.
How do you spell it?
Yeah, correct.
Ba or ba?
Ba.
But why?
Yes,
Why?
you
Why?
can.
Why?
Yes, you can. Vegba.
Vegba. What does it mean?
Apotoyiwa.
But say Apotoyiwa, I'll say Ayowa. Let's go.
Isn't Vegba shorter than Apotoyiwa?
No.
Isn't Vegba even more sexy than
No,
Apotoyiwa?
but Apotoyiwa. You pronounce it as you see it spelled. But the how do you spell? What?
It's a letter in the Ewe language.
It's like you are writing you, then you put a small curl.
Thank you.
Like
To the right.
I'm learning Chinese.
Jaro.
Verba. Okay. So in that verba, I thank you. We are in Kumasi at this point, so let me use Iowa. Okay. So yes, we are having the fufu, the choba way, and then we'll also visit the Konfanoche sword site.
Okay.
You know, because we've not done that also in a very long time.
Okay,
So
okay.
we'll visit the Konfanoche sword site, and then come to the Noda Hotel.
That's in Ashanti as well.
That's in Ashanti as well. So we are lodging in the Noda Hotel.
Nice
And
place.
I mean, you can't be in Kumasi without the Adowa and all this and all. So it will be. Yeah, yeah. And
if you want to Charlie, everybody dance. You have to differentiate between Adowa and Kete.
Okay, so Adowa is relaxed, it's calm. Kete is a bit
More aggressive. Okay.
Yes, and the Kete comes with its own drums. So when you see the red and black drums, that's the Kete drums.
Okay, it's different from Adowa.
Yeah, the Adowa comes with the normal drums, the round one, and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, but Adowa rhythm is very close to Agbaja rhythm. Yes. So for instance, the timer is the bell.
Okay.
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 So Adowa is king, 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 king. Now Agbaja is king, 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 king.
So they are relatives.
So you can use that same thing to do the Adowa
Is
as
it?
well. Yes.
So this guy who did Donjology thing, he didn't teach us this.
I was doing direct, he was writing plays, so allow him.
Godfrey, you are not serious.
Right. So in the evening,
I was doing the more advanced version.
Aren't we proud of you?
Of the study.
So in Ashanti region.
Yes. So in Ashanti region, we'll be lodging at the Noda Hotel.
Okay.
And then day 6, we are leaving the Ashanti region and we are going all the way to the Western region.
Straight.
To
Western
Maha.
Diamonds.
So we are going to Maha.
There's
so, yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Sissy boom, double boom, sissy boom, double boom,
So
Thank you very much.
So that's Western region.
So that's Western region. So we are in Maha now. Now at Maha, you know, in the morning there'll be a bit of aerobics. You know the whole Maha feel, no. So from the fufu and the chozafi and all that, we need to do small exercise. So there'll be a bit of aerobics when we get to Maha. Now the night at Maha. Will be joined by DJ Mingle. The night of Maha. We will be singles will be mingling. Couples will be doubling. You understand? So singles are mingling, couples doubling. Mingle is, mixing.
So this is happening in the
Maha. So there'll be
Maha
a proper nightclub session at Maha. You understand? Levels, you understand? Exactly.
So this is on our 6th day.
So this is exactly. So we do that, and then we move from Maha. You know, so we will come through Kwame Nkrumah's hometown. So we are doing Nkrofo, and then we come to the Takoradi Market Circle area, where we will also experience. We've not slept in Takoradi.
We've never. We always pass through Takoradi.
So it's either we are doing Maha or we are doing Cape Coast. But
so
this time around, we will sleep in Tadi.
Takoradi na me police.
Yeah.
No. And Takoradi police. Sekunde police.
Yeah.
Who must say police? So
for the first time we sleep in Takoradi.
Exactly, and we can't be in Takoradi and not see the uncles.
Of course.
Okay.
We have to have a nice time with the masquerade, with the uncles. So is Abedimpo. Move so quiet. What was it? All couples. Team move. What I said. Abedimpo. So we get there. We will have
so it means 2 days in Western region.
So 2 days in Western region. One in Maha, one in Takoradi.
Yes, Maha is in Atuabo area, and then Tadi.
And in Takoradi, we are lodging at the Palms by Eagles. The Palms by Eagles. Exactly.
Wow.
So and then in the night we have our formal dinner. So this is where it's
Black
about
tie.
gowns, it's about tuxedos, it's about kaftan,
It's about
you understand? Blinks kakra, you understand? That's it.
Show me on the
The
side.
whole 9 yards. You get it? So that one has a red lipstick, moke. You understand? I want to see a bed dressing, bring your outfit, because you are going to formal
So that's
dinner.
in the
at the
Palms by Eagles.
Palms by Eagles. So this will happen in Takoradi.
Good.
So this is day 7.
Then from there,
and then on day 8, we leave the Western region, that's Takoradi. We are coming back to Accra, but we'll make a stop at the Elmina Castle.
Wait. Let me pause you there. You mean you go? The biggest tourist attraction site in Takoradi these days is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo statue.
Oh.
So it is important. Yeah, so when you need to make at least.
So from there you do Elmina Castle.
Yes, and then our final destination will be at the Channel 1 TV premises at Tesano.
So this is a different one.
Very
this one is
different.
different. I like the 2 days in Tamale.
Yes.
I like the Safari Valley through Saint-Chi, and then Eastern Corridor for the second time.
Yeah.
So a lot of my places you'll be passing through, and then 2 days in Western region as well.
Yes.
So you will pass through BA, but you won't sleep there.
No, we'll not sleep there.
Good.
Yes.
So this is a different caravan. So two things. What is the cost for this year?
So this year, the caravan always comes in 2 packages. So we have the single occupancy, we have the double occupancy.
Good.
So for the single occupancy, that is, if you want to be in the room alone, you are paying 19,500 Ghana cedis. 19,500 Ghana cedis.
Correct.
If you want to come in and share the room with another person, which is the double occupancy, so it's maybe Caleb and his wife.
Correct.
So this is.
Because now it's not a small boy. They say Sepiao.
Thank you very much. Yes. So for double occupancy, it is 15,000 cedis per head.
Correct. Per head.
So if you want to share with somebody, you do 15,000. If you want to be in the room alone, you do 19,500.
Good. And when can people start paying?
In fact, now that you have heard the announcement, you are free to come and pay. Our team is ready. They are seated. So once you come in, we are registering you and you are making payments. Now, let me also say that, in previous times...
you are registering and making payment at the same time.
So
that's why they have to come here.
Yes. So this time around, previously we would do registration and then we will let you know when you have to come and pay. This year, we are not doing that.
Your payment is your registration.
You are paying. So you come in, I want to go. You commit yourself that indeed you want to go, you make your payment, and then we are moving.
So if you are, let's assume you're not in the country, you can send a rep with money to come register for you.
Exactly. Bring your cash.
And come and pay.
Because
so you have to enter appearance and then you pay.
Yes.
So you either come yourself or send somebody with money to come and pay.
With your money, because it is only when we have your cash that we will
register you.
Book you.
Yes.
You understand that you are part of it.
Good.
And the monies paid are non-refundable.
Correct.
Because we are using this to plan, to make sure that we have everything
sorted out.
So once you've paid,
once you register, you are going.
Exactly. So we are going as we are going.
So 15,000 per head if you're going to be 2 in a room.
Yes.
19,500 if you want to be in a room alone. Registration has
begun. as of this
after
morning.
you've spoken, because
After
you know
I've
it has started
spoken.
now that you said
Now
it.
that I've said it, registration is open. Payment, we are good to go.
So let me just reiterate.
There
This
should
year,
be
the
some
Heritage
limited
Caravan
exception.
starts on the 1st to the 8th of March from the Greater Accra region through Eastern Volta, Oti, through to the Northern, all through to Upper East, coming down to North Savannah, through BA to Ashanti, Western region, 2 days there as well, through Central region and back to Accra. And if you want to register, you have to make a payment in person or through a representative who will bring money to pay for you. So please make sure you are here with your cash by the time between now it started, okay?
I mean, once we
there are
are
limited spaces, okay?
Very limited space.
So usually we go with 3 buses.
Yes.
Of course, official buses, the other vehicles that follow.
Exactly. But this year, another exciting news is that because it's our 10th year, we are going with 4 buses.
Ooh.
Yes, so this year we are going with 4 buses.
Does that mean there's more space?
Wow. You are not safe, because last year, for instance, when we made the announcement, in about 48 hours, we had over 400 people registering. But we needed just 100 people.
Okay.
Now, on day 1, we had about 80 people making payments.
That was last year?
That was last year.
Oh
so
my God.
by the next morning, 10 a.m., all the slots were gone.
So now that you've heard the amount, just bring your money today and pay if you really want to go.
Exactly.
Because we are not even sure if by tomorrow there'll be slots left.
That
Even
is-
though there are 4 buses, the slots are still pretty much the same.
Exactly, because people have to be comfortable in the buses and
So
all
there's an
that.
optimal number.
Exactly.
About 100 people.
About 100 people. We need just about 100 people.
100 people.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So so it's we are just saying that if you want to attend, gather the resources and make sure you come today and make your payment, and then you would be guaranteed.
Because the
slots.
thing is, if the slots are gone, Sky can't help you. I can't help you.
Even
Samuel
me,
can't help you.
can't help
Bernard can't help you. I mean, and that's the sad reality. You see, the Heritage Caravan is not like, let's say, situation.
There's a quick question.
That if
can you pay for single occupancy? Can you pay for double occupancy even though you don't have somebody to pair with? So let's assume somebody is going alone and he wants to go single or double occupancy. Can he pay the 15K and then you give him a partner?
Oh yes. You don't have to go and look for the person.
So let's get
you
it right.
just decide which package you want to be on.
I get it.
And
so
then we
if
take
somebody
over.
insists on being alone in the room, that's a 19.5.
That 19.5.
But if they are available for you to pair them,
yes, that's the 15K.
okay,
15,000.
just for convenience
Yes.
sake.
And if you come with somebody to,
it's still 15.
It's still 15,
So if
15.
you come with your preferred person, then that one you will be paired.
Yes,
But if
yes.
you come alone, you'll be paired
With
of course
someone.
the same gender,
Yes,
that type
yes.
of thing. So that's just.
I just want to make a quick comment on the non-refundable nature of the
Yeah.
payment. I think there should be a small exception there, otherwise it makes it an unfair term of contract. So
please draft it
there
to us.
will
Terms
be,
of contract.
yeah, because there should be, when there are reasonable grounds to go.
So like adverse.
Yes, compelling reasons. Those.
Amagaho.
Yes.
Well, of course, there are exceptions to every
Alright.
rule.
So let me
Yes.
clarify again. So usually we pair people because of hotel issues. The problem with the caravan is the hotel capacity.
Yes.
If it wasn't for hotel capacity, we
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
had many more
Yes.
people go.
Yeah.
Outside Accra, we don't have very large hotels,
Yeah.
and we don't want to compromise
And the kind of
quality.
hotels that we want.
Exactly. So the 100 or so is the optimal figure for comfort. Number 2, the pairing is done reasonably. Of course, if you come with a spouse or your partner, you will be in the same room as a double occupancy. But
Yeah.
if you come as a single person and you're paying 15,000, you will be paired with somebody, of course, of the same gender and
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, that's what we're doing. Frema, thank you. Frema Edunyame
Thank
is
you
the
very much,
head of events and partnerships here at Channel 1 and City FM. Heritage Caravan 2026 is the 10th anniversary edition starting on the 1st of March. Frema, thank you so much.
Sure.
We'll take a short break. Edwin will join us with Tech and Social Media Trends. Stay with us.
All right, so now you have it. That's the big announcement, the big reveal. It's been done, so now you know what to do. Come to our offices here at Tesano, number 5 Ula Hansen Lane. It's where you can register. And as you've been told, this time around, we're not putting names on paper. It's your payment that secures your registration. It's your payment that secures your participation on the Heritage Caravan 2026. 2 packages, single occupancy, double occupancy. Single occupancy going for 19,500 Ghana cedis. Double occupancy going for 15,000 Ghana cedis. You better hurry, because you know how it runs like wildfire. If you don't come now, you're going to lose out on it. So get your money ready. Come to our office here at number 5 Ula Hansen Lane, Tesano, here in Accra. Make your payment, and voila, there you go. You're part of the Heritage Caravan 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We want to see you on the caravan, so please hurry and do make your payment, okay? Call 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973 for assistance. You can also call 0558-973-973, 0558-973-973 for guidance and assistance, all right? Okay, back in the studio, Elikem Kotoko has joined us. He's the Deputy CEO for the Forestry Commission. Elikem, good to see you.
Good to be here. Good morning.
Right, so that's about it for the caravan. Let's get back into our business for the morning. Let's get straight into it. We're going to start off with matters around our former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, who's currently in ICE detention. We're being told that his U.S. visa was revoked since July of 2025. This is a revelation by the Attorney General. Elvis, let me start quickly with you on this Ken Ofori-Atta matter and this ICE detention. We understand that he was seeking to even change his residential status in the U.S. and all, vis-a-vis the SML case pending in Ghana. Your quick thoughts on this. Should he just give up, come home, come face the law? If he has nothing to answer, he goes free? Or are we looking at who the man Ken Ofori-Atta is and going through all of this? What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, for me, in terms of the issues, once the case is going to court, whether he comes or whether he stays there, the case will be heard by a Ghanaian court. And the verdict will eventually come out. I will know what the court will say. And whatever the court says, stays. So whether he comes or not, the case has already been filed in court and the court will hear. So for me, I await the conclusion of the court to know whether the court has found him guilty or not, because aside 2 of them, all the people that are needed about the, some of the cases are in Ghana. So for me, that will be my thought on that. In terms of the visa revocation, visa issues and the arrest, well, the news broke that he was arrested, okay? And some of us tried to find out, I personally tried to find out what led to the arrest. And it turns out that it's an immigration issue. Yeah. That the ICE people got him arrested because they got him at the time his documentation to determine whether he's validly in the U.S. or not could not be ascertained at that material moment. And the explanation was that the visa was due for expiry in February this year. So he has presented the documents, including his everything to the U.S. immigration for consideration to extend the stay in the U.S. Subsequent discussions are creating all kinds of confusions when the Attorney General and his deputy are claiming that his visa was revoked earlier and all kinds of matters. And now the Attorney General gives a different date. He claims the visa was revoked. And then the Deputy Attorney also gives a different date. That is also claiming that the visa has been revoked. So you ask yourself, both the Attorney General and his deputy, where are they getting their information? When both of them are giving different dates as to when the visa was revoked. So that actually gives the other narrative that it may not be revoked, and rather it is this, he's seeking extension and not having a document with him at the time the ICE people got him might have been the, what is, let me say, a narrative that has not changed. But for the deputy agent and the AG, they have given 2 different dates. One says June, one says July. So which one do we have to believe? And for ICE issues, yeah, you go to court, you go and present your case. If the judge determines that you have a valid case, you may go. If the judge thinks that you have to go back to your country, once the court orders that you have to go back to your country, they give you the options. Either you are self-deporting or you are to be deported as a criminal. That one, the court will determine which type of
deportation
system you leave the U.S. with.
That does the court determine which country you are deported to?
Of course, no. The U.S. actually has. That's why they've been able to establish this agreement with countries where they can deport you to. See, per the UN Convention, you cannot be deported to a country that you say you don't want to go to. Okay, or if they cannot establish that you are actually from that country. You understand? Yeah. So the U.S. government needs to establish exactly which country you are coming from. And that country must also accept that they want to accept you before you can be brought back. That is why the U.S. is finding it difficult to deport so many people to countries where they come from. So they use the visa and the passport you use to enter America. Which passport did you to determine where you are coming
country
from.
Of origin.
And if the country says they will not accept it, then they look for a third-party country, sign agreement with them, and then they push people to those countries. That's why West Africans who do not want to return to their countries, and their country also have also refused to accept them, the U.S. has agreed with Ghana that they will bring them to Ghana. And I don't know under what protocols we are able to send them back to their country. That one is not clear yet. Because we saw how some of them said they won't go, and our security people were pulling them all over the place.
I asked that question because I wanted to find out if Ken Ofori-Atta can request not to be sent to Ghana. If
that will depend on what he's going to tell the court. If he goes to make, for instance, the argument his lawyers are making is that he will not get a fair trial in Ghana. And they cited various issues. And actually, some of the issues they cited was what got him off the Interpol red notice. That the man was not missing. The OSP know where he is. His lawyers have written the OSP. They've shown where the man is. And therefore, you cannot put the man on red notice, because you only put a person on red notice when you cannot establish the whereabouts of the person. And then you seek international police cooperation to smoke out the person. So if Ken Ofori-Atta's whereabouts is known, and that is known to Ghana and Ghanaian authorities, using Interpol to look for him is an abuse of process. And Interpol, by its own rules, is not permitted to do that. Interpol is only to look for people who are hiding and their whereabouts are not known. That's why it's international police cooperation. So some of the arguments they are making, if they go and make it in court, and the court agrees with them and says, based on ABC, they think sending Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana is not safe. Those will be American court decisions. And it is what the court decides that ICE will work with. For them, they have a mandate to arrest and keep you in detention. But once in detention, they also need legal approvals to be able to send you to whichever country they are sending you to. And those are determined by a court. So when you have lawyers who will challenge it in court, then it becomes a battle. So until the court decides, Ken will remain at the detention center awaiting the decision of the court. And whatever the court says is what will be done. This Trump administration, when it comes to deportation, you must know that they prefer to deport you rather than any other option. And so it's true that the U.S. government has actually revoked certain visas since Trump came into office, because they wanted to make sure that they achieve their political promise of sending people they call aliens back to their countries. So some of the visa categories that the U.S. has actually restricted or actually revoked since they came to office for certain countries, it's a major focus with thousands revoked due to student visas. They revoke a lot of student visas because of, you remember the protests on student on campus about the Palestinian and Israeli issue. And if you do anything against Israel, it's called anti-Semitism. It means that you are against Israel. And if you are against Israel, it means you are against America. So because of that, they have revoked a lot of student visas. They also have revoked non-immigrant visas, suspension of certain immediate relative, adoption and Afghan SIV visa under new proclamation. So because of Afghanistan war, when the US went there, a lot of people who cooperated with them, they brought them to America for safety. But this administration has managed to revoke that protection given to most of those who they are supposed to go back to their country. If you, the data I checked just 3 days ago shows that the number of people who have actually self-deported from US or have actually been deported is almost 2 million for the year 2025.
Wow.
It's almost 2 million for the year 2025. Then they also, non-immigrant visa B1, B2, FM, and J, suspended and stricter validity for 3 months, single entry for nationals from specific countries. I remember that this was applied to us when the US actually put us in that list until we went to negotiate and got our stuff out. So I don't know if Ken is holding any of these visas. And at that time that this ban was imposed in Ghana was when it's what the AG and the deputy are referring to as revoked of his visa, because the revocation is not like an individual. It is categories, and once it affects the category you belong to, that means that automatically your visa has been revoked. So I don't know whether at the time that the US places on that list that we are now going to get only 3 months visa, single entry validity. I don't know whether it is that what the AG and deputy were referring to, because a lot of those visas were suspended by the US government last year, and the workers' visa. So you see, the Ken issue, we need to get clarity as to whether it is that category suspension that the AG is referring to, or Ken as an individual has done something, because before your visa as an individual will be revoked, that means that you have committed some serious crime in the US before a single person's visa will be revoked. But they do what they call category revocations, which affects a large number of people. And as I said, we were unfortunate to land on one of the list of the single entry 3 months validity for about 2 or 3 months. We were on that list. If around that time the suspension affected Ghana, that means that at that time Ken visa, but then we were restored after that. Ghana has been restored. So if even that was the case, when Ghana was restored, it will be deemed that Ken's visa has become valid again after the restoration. So I think maybe the AG and if they have any information aside what the lawyers of Ken are saying, then they have to come clean and explain.
But that revocation at that time, did that affect existing visas, or it was for new visas?
No, actually it affected. That's what I'm telling you. This Trump administration, because one of their major campaign policies is about getting people they believe should be in the US. So when they came, Trump signed a lot of executive orders that affected revocation. So you are a student with a valid visa, they say they have revoked you, so you have to return to your country. You have a single entry, 3 months validity. Once the executive instrument says that has been revoked and your country is on the list, it means that you are supposed to return your country. So people had valid visas in the US doing their business, but through one executive instrument, their visas were revoked with it. So it's not like because of you as an individual, but a category has been revoked, and the countries affected. Your country is part of those countries, so automatically your country is part of those countries. It means that though your visa may still have 4 or 5 years on it, you have been revoked, so you have to go back to your country. So that is what the data says. So if the AG and deputy have any information outside what the lawyers are saying, then they have to let us have them. But until then, they have actually created a problem for themselves by giving 2 different days. So now trust issues for the AG's position of why Ken's visa was revoked, and they've not even be able to explain that it is because Ken has done A or B, that is why. Because this has nothing to do with the extradition order that Ghana has filed. No, this is a pure issue of immigration. So then if the AG want to let us know what happened immigration-wise, then they need to come clearer. The dates are confusing. How was Ken's visa revoked? Did he commit any offense single-handedly, or at the time where Ghana was restricted to 3 months and single entry, was Ghana on the list of revocation among the, because that category was also revoked for several countries, but I've never heard that Ghana was part of the countries that the revocation affected. If it affected us, then they need to come and explain that, because I've tried to find out, I've not seen Ghana being affected by that revocation at that material moment.
Let me come to Ibrahim on this kind of Furiata, ICE, immigration. He's set to appear before a U.S. judge on, I think, January 20. Yeah. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, in terms of the revocation, now, yes, we're having different dates, but it doesn't underscore the fact or undermine the fact that there is a revocation. Now, what we need to understand is whether the revocation of Ken Ofori-Atta's visa was under INA, which is the Immigration Nationality Act 221, Part 1. If it's under that, it doesn't mean that you've done a crime, as Elvis mentioned. It just means either misconduct, possibly any serious offense, or ineligibility. That's what it is. And if that is the category of the revocation, it means that the government, that's the Department of State, has said that you are no longer ineligible due to either information that has come to the Department of State that gives them cause for concern to revoke your visa. And when your visa is revoked, it's quite serious. It's different to an expired visa. An expired visa, you can reapply again at some point in time. But when it's revoked, it's very difficult until and unless you, the applicant, address the cause for which your visa was revoked or cancelled. And what happens is when it happens, when your visa is revoked, then an NTA, which means a notice to appear before a court, that's the immigration courts, is then triggered. And now we understand that Ken Ofori-Atta, as per the reports we're having, filed or applied to adjust his status. Now that can give him some breathing room in terms of the court process to determine whether or not they should wait until that application is concluded. But the courts don't have to. When I say the courts, the immigration officials don't have to.
So could it be the same application for a change in status that put a spotlight on him?
Possibly. We don't know. Right now it's guesswork. It could be a case of misconduct. It could be a case of information that has been given to the Department of State. And could be a case of ineligibility. Right. Because his visa is a medical visa, from what we understand, for prostate cancer. Okay. So in January of 2025, he entered the US based on that medical visa. Now, 6 months down the line, this visa is then revoked. So we've got to ask a couple of questions. How long was the medical visa for? Generally, it's 3 months. Generally. Every case is different. But generally, it's 3 months from which you can reapply while you're in the country to extend that visa. Most countries give you the opportunity, especially medical visas, to reapply. Because maybe the prognosis was A, and then later becomes B. And so your medical team or the doctors or the surgeons attending to your oncologist will then give you the necessary evidence to apply for an extension of that visa. So let's say anyway, between January and June of last year, that's 6 months. So is it a case of that it was now his ineligibility had now been triggered because a conversation had taken place with the doctors and say, what is the diagnosis now? Is he able to travel to then, seek recuperation in Ghana? I'm just giving my thoughts. Sure. Has there been misconduct? I doubt it. Misconduct in terms of any sort of criminal activity? I doubt that. Totally doubt that. And those are the things that would have triggered, or information coming from outside, additional information coming to the notice of the Department of State that could cause them to say, given what we've heard, maybe there is a case against you. Because definitely, I can say definitely, because it's in the public space, that the Ghana government has been pursuing the Red Notice means of extraditing Ken Ofori-Atta. And if this information has convinced the Department of State enough to revoke the visa, then that's where we are presently.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Elikem, your thoughts on this? So, the narration from the AG's department and the dates and the confusion that is arising from it.
Thank you so much, my brother. And I think that in the first place, it is as embarrassing as one can think that a finance minister who is purported to be so God-loving, clad in white, quoting Bible verses, would today not want to live in his country or would subject himself to such international embarrassment. Let nobody put any velvet gloves to this matter. Ken Ofori-Atta has overstayed in the United States. It's as simple as that. Whether on health grounds, whatever, you knew that it was not really only on health grounds, so you couldn't have sought the right and appropriate extensions.
Really?
Look, you may have a 5-year visa, but it does not mean that when you get up today and you've gotten a 5-year visa, you can leave Ghana and go and live in the US for 5 years before you return. You have a short period within which you need to return, or even if you're staying beyond that, you will need to again ask for an extension. So the fact remains that Ken Ofori-Atta has overstayed in the United States. And like I said, as embarrassing as it is, his lawyers may not have advised him well, they have failed him, and he himself, isn't it very clear that he's running away from accountability on health grounds? And this is Africa. He's not the first finance minister that we have in an African country. We have seen all these kind of styles before. I have concluded in my mind long before I go that Ken Ofori-Atta, as it stands, is a criminal.
Really?
Many people have referred to the definition of criminal only on legal basis. But the English definition of criminal itself also tells what that means. And it can only be taken to any point or anywhere or any legal action if I'm referring to legal definitions, and I'm not. But in any case.
So how do you come by that conclusion?
But look, are we not aware of the numerous things? Have we not even emphasized the incidents that happened under his tenure, the things that have been outlined? Look, and I believe that Ghanaians are even bored with the rehash of these things one after the other. It even got to a point where even over 80-something members of parliament under the NPP themselves even suggested that, look, Mr. President, kick this family member of yours out.
They were looking at political fortunes.
How is that political fortune?
Not
They knew that it was affecting their representatives of constituencies.
Yes.
And they knew how they were being affected.
So that was politics, not criminality.
It was affecting look, no, and I am telling you, if we look at the numerous instances we have raised against Ken Ofori-Atta, why is he even believing that he will not have a fair trial? Is he the first person to be tried in this country called Ghana? How unique does he think he is? And you see, now, whether extradition or deportation, it appears he may even come faster than he thought. And so I am so ashamed of his conduct. This is an indictment not to himself, but to the political party called NPP, to his family and his tribesmen. For President Akufo-Addo to be living in this country, for Alhaji Bawumia to be living in this country, and the very person who became the special purpose vehicle for all the nuances, refusing to want to come and live in this country, our beloved country, we are a proud nation and all that. In any case, was he not finance minister for almost 8 years? He couldn't build any proper health facility that would take care of his health. And so
he wasn't health minister, he was finance minister.
He doesn't need to be health minister.
So if a proposal comes from health ministry.
But you don't even need to say this. As finance minister, almost everything, you control the purse.
Yes.
You control the purse.
It started at Agenda 111.
Look, it's so sickening where we have gotten to. As a young person, I find it very distasteful. And it is only evident enough in all what is happening that, again, I reiterate, Ken Ofori-Atta was and is a criminal and must be dealt with.
You cannot Can you prove it?
Well, let anybody take me on and let me prove it. Look, we cannot live in a country where people will serve this country and behave in this manner, then we'll treat it with velvet gloves and say, well, this is also another matter. Then we are not even a serious country ourselves. It only means that public office is actually for your personal good. Go there, do good to yourself, and then go away, and you can get rid of everybody. Because, look, of all what is happening, the special prosecutor, that is why it is inconsequential if they said he's been revoked in June or July, what have you. There's been a revocation, yes or no. You have served this country for this long while, and you believe, and as we are told, that he is trying to even circumvent to get a stay in the United States. What does that tell you? Let us not treat this with velvet gloves at all. I am so passionate about it. If care is not taken, my words may be too harsh beyond, because we cannot entertain this. We all saw what happened. We all even saw what enterprise. I have said it openly and publicly anywhere. If left with me alone, no single government business should go to Enterprise Insurance or the Enterprise Group again. Until further notice, I don't care what whoever says. Those are things I believed in. An individual took over the reign of that ministry and decided to destroy almost everything. Look at the gains we are making on that Ato Forson. Imagine Ken Ofori-Atta was able to give us a scintilla of that, even over half of their tenure, for 4 years or even for 5 years. Imagine where Ghana would have been. Every indices was just going downwards, and the president would not even listen. Maybe my brother here may not be able to say some of this, but I know deep down, the people who are watching us, the NPP people who are suffering and Today they are asking themselves, what did we do in the past 8 years? Did we even have a finance minister? Did we have a president? Did we have a government? We have settled the 709 million euro bond. We have got into a facility of 750 million with Afri-Exim Bank. Just this morning, I'm told that over 1.3 billion, 1.4 billion of the IPP's energy bills have been set. And you see the effect of the one CD levy. So imagine we had such crooks who had power and we're introducing e-levy here, this, that, and they told us, for instance, that e-levy was going to solve the unemployment problem. What did it do? It rather created more problems. For the first time in a very long time, 8.5 billion, we have actually exported. We've got a balance of trade. We've exported more than we imported as a country. And that is what we've been looking for. Inflation has dropped to where? 5.4. At a point, it was 54. So somebody has been able to just jump that and put a dot between the 54, and it's 5.4. And you can look at all the indices. Yes, somebody may even say that all is not reflecting instantly, but it takes time.
True.
It takes time, because if all these indices are beginning to show this way, these are signs of greater recovery. And so what have we done to ourselves in the past 8 years? Then the very person or persons who superintended over this criminality now want to find avenues because they can hire the most expensive of lawyers to do whatever and stay away from accountability. He must be brought into this country dead or alive to account for whatever he did. He must be ashamed. His family people, the MPP, many of you who are even supporting him should be ashamed of yourself. Because this person, as I see as a criminal, when he was involved in this criminality, amassing so much wealth that you see the expensive places he's living in, you cannot even afford 200 cities rent for yourself. And you'll be on social media defending such a character. And look at look at what we find ourselves in today. We find ourselves in a quagmire, in a situation where the economic fortunes are now being turned around little bit by bit. But somebody has gotten so much and is living so well over there. Then we'll find an avenue to say, on health grounds, this and that. Ken Ofori-Atta alone, probably, could even pay maybe the entire staff of this institution for the next 100 years, and they'll be living very good.
Elikem, thank
you.
Let
me come in there for a second.
Briefly.
On Elekem's submission. He says that Ken Ofori-Atta was a Minister for Finance for almost 8 years. John Mahama was president for how many? 8 years.
Was he?
No, in the sense that he was vice president. I'm coming. He was vice president, okay, for close to 8 years, and then 6 months of that became president. Then he became president for another 4 years. Okay? So he's been president for 4.5 years and vice president for 8 years. In that time, what hospital facility did he build or fail to build, leading to Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman being flown out of the country? Elikem should answer that question. Somebody who's, and Elvis made the point, he's not the health minister. He's not the president. I didn't know. I gave you the courtesy not to interrupt you. I gave the courtesy not to interrupt you.
All right. You know, you answer, I can answer.
No, but I wanted you to flow.
Okay.
I think it helps our debate. Sure. Otherwise, I'll take you off track, as you're trying to do now. So I'll stay on track. Nana Opoku-Agyeman is vice president. Ken Ofori-Atta is not. I'm not holding brief for Ken Ofori-Atta. I'm holding brief for my party. And you look at the fact that John Mahama, and I've given you, he's a president, vice president. How is it then that his vice president was flown out of the country on that issue? We need to understand that when you're putting points, put them whereby we can debate and understand where you're coming from.
But she wasn't just lifted out of the country.
What do you mean she wasn't lifted out of the country? What do you mean she wasn't lifted out? She sought medical attention. Elekem's point was that you are finance minister, and you corrected. So, you know, even if you're health minister, does that mean you're building a hospital for yourself? We can see the amount of investment that the MPP has put into this country over the last 8 years. You've had even NDC people giving Dr. Bawumia credit for the gold for oil reserves. They've given it. Hoptel. Initially, they were poo-pooing it. I'm talking Sam George and co. Then they come up in the event of Hoptel saying this is one of the most vibrant Ghanaian companies. We saw it. They were in Accra here when they had that thing. The Minister of Communications, Sam George, with the delegation of Hubtel, the management, applauding Hubtel for an indigenous, innovative, ICT-focused, AI-centric digital company, and we need more of that in Ghana. In opposition, Sam George was rather saying that this belongs to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Coming back to the issue now, in terms of the stabilization that we've seen, the economy went through a tough time in the second part of the NPP administration. I don't think anybody, if you're being objective as a politician or as a leader, would want to whitewash the challenges and the problems and the difficulties that the economy faced, not just in Ghana, but generally. But it was under our watch, and our job is to do what? Fix it. The debt restructuring gave us the platform to enjoy what we're having now. The IMF, and again, unfortunately, we went to the IMF. I wish we hadn't, personally, because we had this Ghana beyond aid, Africa beyond aid, and we should have stuck to that mantra. But sometimes there are background forces, let me put it that way, that will maneuver and cajole you and coerce you to go back to that wretched Bretton Woods institutions. Last week I was saying that the only country, three, but one of them in Africa, who has not taken an IMF loan is Ethiopia. And see how Ethiopia is so vibrant now, economically, in terms of all the indices, education, transportation, energy, without an IMF loan. But coming back on track in terms of what I'm saying, we're debating here about Ken Ofori-Atta, and Elekam's at liberty, given where he is and his party, to open that area to somehow impugn in terms of MPP's stewardship and link the two together. And you are absolutely right to do that, because I do it as well. When we came to power in 2017, we came on the back of agriculture with a deficit, and agriculture is what the country depends upon. Yes, we have gold, and we, again, under MPP, we found oil, but agriculture is our cocoa, literally and specifically. Agriculture fell by 3.6% under NDC. Fisheries, same, 2.8%. As I'm talking, please fact check. I'm talking 2017. They left a mess under the same John Dramani Mahama, then president. We had what? 100,000, graduates with an unemployed graduate association. They left the educational sector to tatters, and the results are there. I would say that if you want to complain about WASI, the outcome of any good educational policy is the results, generally. Under NDC, and you can look at the comparison now, between their tenure and MPP's tenure, we, in fact, Ghanaians' results educationally, even with the challenges of the double track system, outshone our West African peers. Because you had quality leadership delivering. And Ghanaians know this very well. And you have a case now that the cost of living, and Ghanaians know this, is still high. Has there been improvement? You can say generally the indices will show you. Inflation, you mentioned 54, yes, at some point. At December last 2024, 28.5%. Still high. But again, look where we're coming from, a 54 to 28. The trajectory was down. 23. Thank you, Elvis. The trajectory was down.
23.8%.
Thank you.
In December.
Good. So I'm in the ballpark. Okay? So I'm saying that Ghanaians generally know. Generally. And am I happy that we are seeing improvements? Of course. We're all in the same boat called Ghana. I don't wish this administration ill. I want them to succeed. But politically, that's where we will win, God willing, 2028. And so I'm just saying that when we are debating these things, let us be fair to the evidences around us. That's why I cited this thing about Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. 8 years, John Mahama. Where is your hospital? She, we don't know what happened, but she required medical treatment for a lengthy time outside of Ghana. So what, I need to ask the president.
But is anything wrong with that? Because she first reported to UGMC. She first reported to the University of Ghana Medical Center.
I understand.
Before being flown out.
Good.
So if a condition requires...
Your point is that we don't have the facilities.
The facility exists, perhaps the expertise.
Oh, so that's where we are. That's your opinion? Is that your opinion now?
Perhaps the expertise.
So I can say the same thing for Kenneth Ofori-Atta, that, you know, the facilities exist, but the expertise don't.
Or perhaps preference. I prefer to be treated outside.
But I'm just giving the example.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair in my submission here.
Yeah.
That sometimes let's stay on message. Because when we do this, what did you do? What did you do?
Comparisons.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Show where there are lapses and argue those points.
Very well.
That's what I'm saying.
Very well.
And Ghanaians know that generally. And you know, this politics is cyclical. Today you're on this seat.
Yeah.
Next I'm in this seat, and it happens.
Very well.
That's how Ghanaians keep the politicians in check.
True.
So don't think that you
it will make sense to come back to
Ghanaians
you,
will bring you back down.
But if I do that, then I'll be leaving Elvis out of the conversation. So let's hear Elvis briefly, and then I'll come to you.
We have to accept as a country in the Fourth Republic, we have an economic crisis every 8 years. When the Kufuor administration took over from Rawlings, inflation was of over 40-something%, right? We say Rawlings destroyed the economy, destroyed the country. But today we see a lot of Rawlings projects and development, and after we castigated and say he destroyed the country.
Yeah.
Kufuor came, he lifted us from that situation, took us to HEPIC. We have about half of our debts forgiven. We only didn't do debt exchange at that point, but we have all half our debt forgiven. 2007 economic crisis around the world sent everything Kufuor achieved almost down.
Yeah.
When the Mills administration, they say Kufuor destroyed the economy, Kufuor destroyed the country. Today we sit and say, oh, Kufuor brought health insurance, Kufuor did this, Kufuor that, we talk about it. But the same Kufuor immediately left off. We said he destroyed the country because a new government came, and they said, oh, they came to inherit mess. Okay? The Mills and Mahama maintained single-digit inflation for 3 years. Dr. Kufuor Dufo was the governor of the Bank of Ghana. In 2014, Mahama took us to IMF at the time our import cover was left with only 9 days. The total money we can use to import is 9 days in this country. We had to run to the IMF to beg for support. And the Akufo-Addo government says, oh, Mahama destroyed the entire economy. Yes. Akufo-Addo ran the economy so well in the first year that by 2020, all the indicators were even better than what they inherited in 2026, right? 27. By Akufo-Addo left office in 2024, NDC come, they say the country is... So we must admit that no government is faultless in terms of sending the country to economic crisis. In every 8 years in this country, each government has taken us to one economic crisis or the other. We should look at the bright spots and stop just total condemnation. Okay? If Ofori-Atta goes to seek medical attention abroad, the truth of the matter is that ordinary people go to Kolebu and UGMC to talk about, and even there are simple medical tests to be done. They tell the machines are no, we have to send to South Africa or India. And you have to wait for 2 or 3 weeks before the results come. So nobody should deceive anybody that we have any super medical facility in Ghana that can treat every disease. So when people travel abroad, we must understand it, because the systems we have built for ourselves in this country, we do not have that kind of system. Ordinary person go to Kolebu and they say, your this test we have to do, we have to send to South Africa or Kolebu or India, and they have to take 3 months. You go for certain operations and they tell you that, oh, we can't do it here. Or even if we do it, after surgery care, we can't. So go to India or South Africa. So we must admit that clearly our healthcare system is not up to scratch that if people have certain conditions, they can be treated here. And we should never let that argument come in. I think the issue is about Ofori-Atta and his deportation. The views Elikam has about it is his individual opinions. If he says something and Ofori-Atta, his family feel that they want to sue him, it's his business. But to make it a problem for the entire NPP and the previous government, I think that if we continue to generalize this way, we'll continue to damage every government that has come to pass. And it makes consensus building forward a problem. And for me, I always say that where there's a problem, say it. When there's no problem, say it. Ofori-Atta was finance minister, we have not been able to build a hospital that can solve our problem. He has to go somewhere because he has to be alive. It's somebody's life. Life is not replaceable. Just as Ibrahim has said that Jane Nana, I don't have any problem with Jane Nana being thrown out because the condition at that time requires certain things that Ghana cannot offer her. So we have to take her along. Do you want to sit there for our vice president to die? No, I will never support that. So we have to send her to a place where she can be saved and she'll come back. She has back. She's now everywhere doing her work, serving the country. So this idea, we should just try and admit that here we have not done well. How do we make sure that maybe in the next 10 years, those conditions that we are sending people out, we'll be able to do it? So when it comes to government first, you enjoy a lot of plaudits and you take the pride. It's good because when the problem comes, you are the same person to blame. This first year of the John Mahama Green and Two-First and all this, look, with the trade surplus, we started experiencing trade surplus for about 3 years before this government came. So trade surplus didn't start under this government. And you see, let's us be mindful. This trade surplus is because of the drive in gold export and the price increase in gold export. And in the past ones too, it is true, it was gold and cocoa export that actually gave us the trade surplus. But these are not areas that actually create jobs for anybody because we are just exporting raw materials abroad there. That doesn't build the country. So we can take pride in certain achievements, but we should know that these are temporary. And as I said, every government, and we as a country, we have to start planning that, it appears that at least in this Fourth Republic, every 8 years, we go back to an economic crisis. How do we put together existing finance ministers in the 30 years, those that are alive? How do we make sure that in the next 8 years, now that we have done a debt restructuring, in the next 8 years, we don't find ourselves in this kind of situation? So the kind of buffers and things we need to be putting in place, we can put in place. Because for the Fourth Republic, as I've narrated, every 8 years, it seems our economy has to go through a certain serious process. When we did the HIPIC, we all thought we were never going to go to the IMF because we had almost half of our debt forgiven. And then we did a redenomination where the cedi was even stronger than the dollar. And we were all excited that, our economy is going to go to somewhere. Where are we today? So we should let the political skewing rest. And let's begin to look at this bigger picture.
Thank you.
This has been the situation in the Fourth Republic. How do we overcome that challenge? For me, that is the issue instead of trying to find blame.
Right. Elikem, briefly, just a few seconds.
Any attempt to gerrymander this thing around Ken Ofori-Atta will not wash. In the first place, do you recall a certain Ken Ofori-Atta reading Ghana's budget, where he made us believe, the people in Secondary watching today, where he read his budget, and told us that work on the rehabilitation of the Isipon Stadium had reached 90%, which meant that they had spent money and work had gotten to 90%. It took you just 5 minutes after that to go to the Isipon Stadium, and you realize that it had deteriorated to the extent that work could not have been said to have even been 5% done on that. Such criminality. So, look, for instance, you can make reference to Professor J. Nana, etc. Let me tell you, under the NPP, you run down almost every state institution. Just go to the nearest secondary school over here and see whether those schools have seen even painting or maintenance in the past 8 years when they were in power. So you do not run down the health facilities to the extent that even the health facilities that you had didn't have even generators running, and you expected that it be used. And so that is why I'm saying that it cannot be. Were we not in this country when, pardon me, but we saw Ken Ofori-Atta's face as swollen as 5 times his original face. When they asked him to resign, he still refused and said he cannot abandon his children as a father. When he looked so unwell that time that we could all tell, he was still in this country having medical care here. But immediately after he's no more in power, then he needed to take care outside. So it is just not because of that.
No, but
even then he was flying out for
Neil, that is why I am saying that Ken Ofori-Atta is needed back in this country, dead or alive. He needs to come in account for his stewardship as the one who controlled the purse over almost 8 years of this country.
Very well. Let me take a few quick messages.
Which is fair, because I think President Akufo-Addo even said that he wants all his appointees to stay back and account for their service.
Very well. Rex from Sandema says, it is difficult defending a hollow case. If the revocations were collective, why is it that it was only Ken Ofori-Atta that was arrested? How can you renew something that has been revoked?
How did you know that? Do you know the amount of Ghanaians who been arrested this year, last year in the US?
Maybe you should go
over 500 Ghanaians were arrested by
us
last year in the US.
The MPP is taking Ghanaians for granted, and it was this attitude that delivered them the disgraceful defeat in the December 2024 elections. Okay. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta brought all this upon himself, and he should blame himself. We're being told that his visit or his visa will be expired in February. So why will eyes go after him? It means the lawyers did not tell us the truth. According to the AG, Ken's visit... Oh, okay, you mean visa. Yeah, but I keep saying, I'm sure it's autocorrect that got you here. Visa was actually revoked, and if this is true, what resulted or what led to the revocation? Something is not adding up. He says, Mr. Elikem Kotoko has made my day this morning, and I am proud of him. Salute him for that. This one says, as a Tesconite and a faithful patriot, I strongly condemn the reported detention of Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta and the revocation of his US visa, as well as the manner in which it is being presented, which appears more accusatory than analytical. Okay, at this point, he's referring to Elikem's submissions on this.
He's referring to ICE. He mentioned ICE.
Yeah, he says, as well as the manner in which Elikem is presented the matter on Channel 1 TV, which appears more accusatory than analytical. First, the rule of law must never be replaced by political theater. In any constitutional democracy, allegations, no matter how serious, must be handled with due process, fairness, and respect for human dignity. And he goes on to say a lot. Abu Sofyanu, the message is too long. You guys should keep it brief. Sure.
They should go and demonstrate over there that what Trump is doing is against the human rights of Ken Ofori-Atta.
Well, you never know.
Sarah, they should go there and demonstrate.
You never know. Maybe they are planning that. Let's look at the energy sector quickly, and then the payment that has been made, the $1.4 billion to stabilize Ghana's energy sector. We woke up to a statement from the Finance Ministry this morning, which says government has decisively resolved Ghana's crippling energy sector debt, describing the move as a major step in restoring financial stability and international confidence. In a statement released on Monday, January 12, the ministry stated that as of December 31, 2025, the John Mahama administration had repaid a total of $1.47 billion to rescue and reset the energy sector. And according to the statement, when the president assumed office in January, the sector was on the brink of collapse due to years of non-payment of gas supplied to the power sector from the offshore Cape 3 Points field. The situation had led to the complete depletion of $500 million World Bank partial risk guarantee under the previous administration. Now, the ministry says government has now fully repaid $597.15 million, including interest drawn on the World Bank guarantee, restoring the facility in full and reaffirming Ghana's credibility with international partners. So, Elvis, quickly from you, what do you make of this payment? This is good for us. And of course, does it reflect the 1 CD energy levy?
Oh, sure, of course. They got some money from there. It's good news because energy is everything. The economy will collapse without energy. So if we owe energy suppliers and we are paying, it is very important we pay. But I don't know this 1 billion payment. I think the ministry, that's why I say, like, when you tell us the bigger picture, it helps. Because if you read the IMF report, it says that next year, 2020, this year, 2026, the shortfalls in the energy sector will be over $1 billion. And the IMF says it's a crisis for the power sector. So once we are paying a debt that is there, we should know that there's a problem. Look, it's a, as I said, let's do a total analysis of this Fourth Republic. And then we will begin to solve problems permanently rather than this piecemeal approach. Look, before time, what happened? We had to go and buy generators that were later told by Dr. Reku Bobe that in his assessment the generators were toys because we had serious crippling power issues. The Mills time where we were told that where some ship has destroyed some West African gas pipelines somewhere. We stayed in Doomsford for almost 4 years. Because of and most of the doom was simply because we didn't have money to pay the power generators. It wasn't because of the plants were not there. You understand it? NPP, they decided to pay a lot. Look, when NDC 2016, 2017, we were owing West African gas pipeline almost 200 million. We are so the energy sector. No, see, there are so many debts. You see, there's a convolution of debt in the energy sector. We need to have a national strategy, stop down, and say this is the way we want to address the energy sector debt. Look, the biggest thing that is dragging out Ghana's economic progress is the energy sector. Because of take or pay agreements that we signed, that whether we consume power or not, we will pay.
Yeah.
If you look at how much we have paid for power we have not consumed in this country, it can build maybe the Accra-Kumasi Expressway that the NDC is talking about. For power we didn't consume, but simply because we said take or pay. Whether you take the power or not, you pay. We have a convolution of issues in the energy sector, and I'm only hoping and praying that we can find a lasting solution, because it's the biggest drag down on all the revenues we are generating in this country, the biggest consumer of the energy sector. And as I said, IMF has already done the calculation with Ghana government, and the agreement is that next year, it's not the one that we are consuming, the shortfalls.
This year,
the shortfalls for energy alone is $1 billion plus.
Wow.
And the caution that we have to do something about it. So I'm happy we have been able to make some payment because nobody wants doom. So aside productivity, today we have all built concrete houses. When power goes off, you can't even sleep in your room, because where we are now, because of criminals, we have all barricaded ourselves into our rooms with all kinds of things. We can't open our windows for air to even blow in. So when you are sleeping and there's no light, you'll be sweating all night. So we all understand that and know that without power, everybody will suffer in this country. Somebody who is selling ice kenke in my village and has to freeze it will lose his or her business because there's no electricity. So for me, making the payment is important, and I hope and pray that what the IMF has told us, and we know, it's not that we do not know, we will find a lasting solution to debt in the energy sector, the shortfalls, that we can run an efficient energy sector, because without it, any dream of economic resurgence will not happen.
Very well. Very well. Thank you. Ibrahim, I'll come to you, but I need to take a quick break. Okay. Right. So please, pardon me. I'll take a quick break here. When I come back, we'll hear from Ibrahim and Elikem on the payment of $1.747 billion to the energy sector. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Years of memories, 10 years of adventure, 10 years of culture and crazy good vibes. This March, we are turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. Expect non-stop fun, breathtaking views, deep cultural immersion, and unforgettable moments. This is more than a trip. It's culture in motion, adventure without limbs. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary edition. You cannot miss this. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to secure your seat. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM. Terms and conditions apply. The Heritage Caravan 2026. Experience Ghana like never before.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding, and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Enjoy your best ever Christmas at Vaniado. Priceless. Bathroom furniture, kitchens, and tiles. Price less. Get 10% off everything less. 20% off more things less. And 30% off old things price less. It's Christmas at Vaniado while stocks last. Call or WhatsApp 055-000-0031. Visit our showroom at Laboni Junction. Priceless. Vaniado.com.
You're welcome back. Grateful for your time this morning. Send your comments in. Let us know what you think about the various subjects or topics that we're discussing. I'm going to Ibrahim now, find out how timely, how important is the release of this monies to the IPPs at this point.
Okay, first, I'd like Ghanaians, if you're watching, to stop scrolling and listen to what I want to say. This 1.4 billion, sometimes we need to understand as Ghanaians, how did we get here? In 2012 to 2016, when we were suffering doomsor under John Dramani Mahama, what did they do? In a panic, they signed 43 independent power purchase agreements. The take or pay that has been alluded to here. 43. By 2017, only 15 of these were online or on stream. And the others were in a state of near completion, but the contract had been signed. You had those which were like emergency power, such as the Ameri and the car power ship, to bring power online quickly. But here's the thing. This money, 1.4 billion, is largely to pay these independent power producers. It's legacy debt. It's not about infrastructure, where now you have new substations and terminals, improved electricity, grid wiring from, what do you call it, Gridco to ECG. We had, installed capacity of, and I'll give you the figure here. We had installed capacity altogether of over 5,083 megawatts because of the deals that John Mahama signed. The panic, can't handle the economy, the energy crisis consumed him. He signed deals giving us 5,083 megawatts of installed capacity. But in fact, we only used we only used it once. The amount of demand that Ghana used at any one point was 2,700 megawatts. What does this mean? We have an excess caused by John Dramani Mahama of 2,300 megawatts of excess capacity, but we have to pay. A leader who panicked brought us into this situation. So what does that mean? The annual cost, for paying this excess capacity was $500 million a year. This is power we didn't use. But John Mahama signed the contract. He handcuffed us to this poverty-ridden debt. 500 million a year caused by John Dramani Mahama. If there's causing financial loss, this needs to be revisited. If it's not revisited now, God willing, inshallah, in 2029, we'll revisit it. $500 million a year that we didn't use. So look, for the last 8 years, 5 times 8 is what? 40. 40. 40. That's 500 million. $4 billion Ghanaians have paid from a power he didn't use because of John Dramani and the builder Mahama. That needs to sink in. It needs to really sink in. I come to your house, Nana Tufo, and I, for whatever reason, leave the gas on or do something, leave the electricity on. I'm not there. But you will pay, because I'm a guest. I'm a guest in your house.
Yeah.
And every leader is a guest. You're not permanent. You're a guest of the Ghanaian population. You're a visitor. Your time will come, you'll go. But what do you leave behind in my house? House being Ghana. So I give you a big electricity bill. I'm out of there, but you are paying because you are the landlord, you're the owner. Ghanaians should really understand $4 billion of money that we did not use. If I used it, I can say, okay, maybe we didn't use it wisely. That is what John Mahama has left. That's the legacy that has crippled Ghana. NPP did fantastically to even sanitize and manage that area. Every single month, $42 million we were paying for unused electricity. But John Mahama signed us into that debt. And you want to tell me that I was into Elvis. This is great. Great for where? How is that great? How is that great? And the evidence is clear.
But most of these contracts have been renegotiated.
Because of the MPP.
But
I'm coming.
Don't pay.
I'm coming. I'm not castigating you, but you're paying your submission. And you're saying that, great how? You're paying the people that John Mahama, in a panic, forced us to. So I should be able to critique that area. I have to, for the sake of Ghana. And if you remove our political labels, imagine I'm not NPP or NDC, and a Ghanaian is saying, Masa, why did you sign these contracts for stuff I don't use? Imagine if John Dramani Mahama had signed a contract for water that we don't even use. But every month you have to pay the water. Meanwhile, you don't need the water. Two, the water is not flowing. What Ghanaian in their right mind would support such a contract?
Right.
The figures, and I'm keeping it short, but repetitive. Because if I go through the details, you will miss the import of what I'm saying. If we took out a loan, am I right, for IMF and the MPP, $3 billion. And I stop and I think, why? Why do we do this to ourselves? There are other ways and we can do it. Elvis is talking about all this money is to do with leakages and what do you call it? Power lossage or, transmission losses. Elvis is 100% right. These are all part of the reasons why ECG cannot meet its payments, and ECG is only collecting 60% of the power that it was distributing to us. That's the Electricity Company of Ghana.
Right.
Okay, so already there's a shortfall. ECG is giving out 100% of power, but in terms of revenue, only 60% of it is coming back, constantly at a deficit.
And again, just to add on, ECG is taking the power in dollars, but selling to us in cedis.
Yes.
So there too, there's a shortfall.
Yes, yes. And which is why now you're looking at, again, what Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia brought in, the gold for oil reserves. Where now we're no longer chasing dollars, but now we have a gold, which is a unit of currency. Gold is fiat. And that fantastic idea is now what we're enjoying in terms of the city stabilization because of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Now, in terms of the ECG, you're right, taking in dollars because you buy these inputs and you sell in cities. And when the city is depreciating, those stable now, you're okay. But when we left office, in January 7th, 2025, the rate was 14.7. Am I right? To the dollar.
Yeah.
Now it's what? 12.3, 12.4.
Yeah.
So where are we now? Having spent $10 billion, NDC, to stabilize this economy or the city, where are we? A year down the line, under MPP is 14.7 on January the 7th. Google it now. Now today, you're looking at 12.3. So look at just $1 difference, $1.5 difference, and we spent $10 billion of your money, Ghana. That's how much they spent for the, I won't say propaganda because the intent behind it is good.
Right.
Stabilize the city so all other expenditures, inflationary pressures come down. But it has to be sustainable. the economy isn't for amateurs. It has to be sustainable. Because prima facie, it looks good. Exchange rate is there. But look, CPI index rose by 20 percentage points. That's the consumer price index.
Yeah.
Yes, inflation has gone down, but we still need more money to maintain. I'm talking when I say we, Ghanaians. How much is your bread now? Is it not 2025?
Yeah.
How much is Kenke now? Is it not 5, 6, or 7 cities? And so on and so forth. So that's why the cost of living, Ghanaians are complaining. On top of that, there's no job creation. There's no activity. So someone will say that $10 billion that John Mahama and Ato Forson have spent to look good on paper, they said it themselves. The Bank of Ghana released the figures last week.
Yeah.
And kudos to Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, who opened up and exposed what was happening. And they're saying, oh, sour grapes. So look at the reality. And Ghanaians should understand that's your money.
Yeah.
Then you come and give us what? 1 cedi what? The
energy levy.
The energy levy. Now, petrol has come down. You see, when I attack, I'll also praise. Has petrol not come down?
It has.
It has come down.
Significant.
And so that we give credits. But you've got to look at the value chain of that. Somebody who doesn't use petrol, myself, Elvis, you, Elikam, we buy petrol for our cars. Somebody in a trotro doesn't.
But indirectly they do.
I'm coming. Yeah, but indirectly they do. But I'm just saying they don't feel the pump. All they feel is when the GPRTU increases the prices.
Or when they go to buy.
So while you look good, and as I say, you give credit where it's due. Prices, inflation-wise, are stabilized.
Yeah.
So it hasn't gone down, but the speed of which it has been going has stabilized. Why? Again, look at the foundation for this. It's Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. It has never been done before in Ghana. But we said, look, we're sitting on gold. We actually dig gold. So we don't have to look for gold. And then that can be our buffer against the exchange rate excesses, which now NDC and Ghana, all of us are enjoying. In terms of the, but I've given it. So what happens if by, God forbid, but in February next year, when they recalibrate the import of our visitors from America, you know, the JJCs, you know, the expats, and they look at the pressures on the dollar, and then in February it tells you that our exchange rate now is now 13.7 to the dollar. Again, I'm praying against it, but that's the trajectory is going upwards, exchange rate wise.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say, so we spent $10 billion to stay in the same place. How many factories could we have built with $10 billion? How many hospitals that he wanted Ken Ofori-Atta to build so he could have the cancer treatment here? How many schools? How many roads? It's $10 billion, Ghanaians. If your salary is low, we were going to talk about pensions. And in order for pensions to increase, your salary has to increase.
True.
How much more salaries? How much more inputs? Could we have gone into vertical farming? We spoke earlier off camera that Dawenya and Ashaiman and Nkrumah had designated those areas for farmlands to feed Accra. Now they've all been urbanized. So where can we grow? We can grow up. Vertical farming, remember on your show, I did
spoke about that.
I mean, $10 billion is no joke. It's nearly, if we were back to our 10 regions, $1 billion per region. The impact is fantastic.
Very well.
So who calls them? John Dramani Mahama. Again, Ghanaians offering botwe, tie me paumocho offane. We are paying $500 million because of his panicky leadership. Every year. And they didn't have the sense to somehow ring fence it. And so, okay, I'm doing IPP. But this take or pay is subject to X amount of years. It's not there. It's for ad infinitum, for forever.
Yeah.
It's a contract. As long as you keep having the capacity to supply, I'll continue giving you my incapacity to pay you.
Right.
43 agreements, only 15 are actually working in terms of delivering, and the rest are just sitting down, enjoying our hard-earned work because of John Dramani Mahama's incompetence in 2016.
Very well, Ibrahim. Thank you. Elikem, your thoughts on the energy sector debt and the payments that have been made by the finance ministry?
I am happy seeing Ibrahim try so hard.
It's effortless. It's effortless. I'm not trying hard.
And
it's very effortless.
You see, in the first place, let me put this right. You are in the media space, so is Elvis. Do you recall that in the People's Manifesto in 2020, the NDC spoke about the gold board? It is contained
in 2020.
2020.
We'll have to make reference. We'll
Good. Now, in 2021, 2022, you have introduced a gold for oil reserves. Between you who has introduced something in 2022 and somebody who proposed to do so in 2020, who would you say has the novelty of that idea? So I leave that to Ghanaians. Because I have constantly heard that Alhaji Baumia is the originator of this gold for reserves and all of this gold for what have you. All just in the bid to say that the gold board that has been established was riding on the semblance of what they had introduced. But this was something that was contained in our manifesto as far back as 2020. Number two, when the NPP took over and Napo was then the energy minister, they kept running around with this figure that over 43 PPAs were signed, agreements were signed. We have asked them for them to produce those 43 agreements. Up to date, they are scratching their heads, but they are again beginning to now come up with the same tricks. If Ibrahim will, next Monday, if he will come here, he should get all the 43 agreements and present them here on your studio. One of the most shallowest of submissions I have heard from the NPP constantly has been that we have excess power, or we had excess power. Let's even assume that it is true. Togo is in need of power. Burkina Faso is in need of power. Cote d'Ivoire is in need of power. And you sit here and you're saying that you could not go to your neighboring countries to negotiate, even if there was an excess power, for them to actually have that.
Right.
Indeed, it tells you the kind of leadership we had for that period. Let's just assume that was the case.
Are we doing that now? Are we selling to Togo and
where is the excess to be doing so? We have always had that agreement with them. But if you are saying there's excess, what prevented you from increasing the capacity you were giving them? And Ghanaians are watching. Ibrahim constantly was lying about the dollar rate. The dollar has been at 10.4, 10.5, 10.6. It's never been at 12. Even today, as we speak, it's at 10.6.
Elikan, please, don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself.
No. But no, what is he referring to? He's referring to the rate now. What is the rate today as I speak with you?
Are you giving us interbank?
But what are we referring to?
No, today is that, but he was talking about a time under this same government.
He referenced where they left it. As of the time he was referencing where they left it. What was he referring to? What was he referring to?
December.
And what was he referring to? Was it not interbank?
January.
And was it not interbank? January. And I'm giving you the same interbank today that is at 10.67. So why is it I should not embarrass myself in this? No. So give me a figure that disproves what I'm saying. So don't be on air and be rather lying to the people that is at 12 point this, 12 point that. It has never crossed 12 in a very long time. It's been at 10, hovering around 10.
Last month,
even when we were in Christmas,
let him finish.
Even when we were in Christmas,
let him finish.
Even when we were in Christmas, for the first time, the dollar was very stable. It has been hovering between 10, 10.4, 10.5, 10.6, thereabout, below 11. Even during Christmas, it never got to 12. So where is it getting the 12 from? You get my point. So I do not find this. And in any case, he again said that they've been paying 500 million, whatever, and so far they paid, how much? Did he say 4 billion or something?
Over the last 8 years.
Can you give us that evidence again of when? Are you aware of this government paying that 4 billion or so in the past 8 years when they were in that power? So how did this 1.47 generate at all? Were we not in this country when the PPAs, the IPPs, sorry, when the IPPs were in arms saying that they were going to shut down because they were being owed, did we not know that you owed them from all of the time you were in power? So what are you talking about? And it's as if Ghanaians just came from Mars and we are not aware of the facts as it was in the past. And I get surprised because it only tells me one thing, that the NPP does not know why Ghanaians gave them 38% at the polls. 38%.
Not 41.
Why from the 41? So if they had 41, then the NDC had what?
No, but that's
41. It's 41.
41.
Right. And the NDC had what?
41. John
It's
Mahama.
41.6 47,
Yes.
and Joma 53, I think 53.4 something.
Yeah.
So that is what they want us to believe now. So they do not know why the Ghanaian decided to give them
Oh,
that.
you don't want us to believe? No, it's EC
results.
result that is actually
No,
gazetted.
I'm referring to the reasons why. Because
okay.
the kind of things the NPP says is just a rehash of the same old propaganda that they have thrown out there to the Ghanaian that never resonated. I am asking for the 43 agreements that they said was signed. And you see, anybody who does not understand the energy sector may easily say something, oh, he signed take or pay agreements. Tell me a single take and pay agreement that you signed in the 8 years that you were in power. Energy sector agreements are not like going to the grocery shop to just buy toffee. Because the person there are huge investments over there. And the person wants some kind of guarantee and assurance that when I'm producing these, it will not go to waste. So largely across the globe, you actually have to go into take or pay agreements. And so you would need to look at, why is it that if, let's assume, you have signed, let's assume that you've signed 100 megawatts take or pay agreement. Why couldn't you have gone to sign 200 or 350? Because there's a certain threshold within which they would also think will be viable for their business and you have to go into. Today, in his last or concluding statement, he still referred to John Mahama as incompetent. If he cares to know, Anthony Cabo was saying 2 days ago that Bawumia has a leadership that is similar to John Dramani Mahama.
In 2016, I gave you credit that the economy is doing well.
Yeah.
In 2016, he panicked through incompetence. I'm fair with my submission, but continue.
You see, John Mahama can never panic because he will make it clear to you that I am determined to solve this problem, and he will be focused to do so. And that has been who he is. And so I'm just letting him know.
Welcome. Would you agree that those contracts could have been negotiated better?
Could have been negotiated better to where again? And if that was the case, why couldn't they have renegotiated it? Do you recall the last time they wanted to rip us off in 2018 when they wanted to renegotiate the Ameri deal? When they wanted to steal over 500 and something million from us, and the president eventually said he was misinformed, and Ejako was made to take the fall for that. And Ejako also himself cowardly said that he will come out at the right time to speak. Up to date, he has never spoken. Such cowardice. So we have not forgotten the things that happened in the past. After all these things they said and all of that, car power, where have they relocated it to? To Ashanti region to resolve an energy problem. If you think that there was excess power, why didn't you shut it down when it was eventually transferred to us? Some of these agreements were build, operate, and transfer. And so when eventually we had it, why didn't you just shut it down if we had excess power? You would have seen. We had excess power, yet within your time, there were still days we were having power challenges. And you want us to believe that there was, as though the 1.47 billion that's been paid is even debt accrued by the NDC government, and they decided not to touch it, leave it for John Mahama to pay. Granted, that is the case. He has even paid it. You see, John Mahama and the NDC government introduced the D levy, right? They made all manner of noise about it, but this is the dividend we are seeing physically. You are paying 1 cedi on fuel as levy, and they were up in arms screaming. We were paying e-levy here. They told us that it would provide a lot of jobs. What did we see apart from them cutting cakes? Nothing. And the person who even masterminded that is somewhere in some country. If not for ICE, we would have only been seeing him once in a while, walking the streets, living lavishly. Here we are. We pay the D-levy that you people were screaming about is what has gotten us money to be able to settle these debts. You introduce e-levy. Show us one thing that we derive from the e-levy. So don't think that Ghanaians have short memories. Don't think that Ghanaians do not know. It is a reason why the Ghanaian today does not think they need to even argue much with the NPP. Because you will never make sense if you want to argue with an NPP person. Rather, just keep quiet. When the time is due for you to go to the polls, you show them what you are made of. Because some of the things when being said, I'm surprised. I have been to Togo a few times. I've been to Cote d'Ivoire, and they are in a lot of electricity challenge.
True.
And you sit as a government, you have only demonstrated that as a government you are as shallow as my palm if you never saw the need to even negotiate to sell the so-called excess power to those countries.
So to add on, I mean, last year the government renegotiated some of these take-or-pay agreements, and somewhere in October, we were told that we saved some $300 million.
That is why I'm telling you that they didn't know how to do this. When they tried to say they were renegotiating the Ameri deal, what did we discover? They were almost trying to steal in broad daylight over $585 million. What where you recall people were flown to, is it Dubai or Qatar, wherever, and all that. And in the end, I said Ejako took a fall for the president. And as a coward, he also came to write a very lengthy letter saying that at the right time when the dust settles, he will talk. He never spoke. The dust has never settled for him. Till date, whatever it is, he took the fall for the president.
Very well. Elvis, final submission on
That's
this.
why I said the energy sector, if we take politics out, it will help all of us. See, when John Mahama left off in 2016, the energy sector legacy debt was 2.5 billion. And this was put out by John Jinapa when he appeared at his own vetting as minister this time round. And he said the figure has now risen to about $3.1 billion. Meant that in the 8 years of the NPP, they also added about $600 million to the 2.5 billion legacy debt. So the legacy debt in the energy sector was not created by the NPP alone. They came to meet $2.5 billion as legacy debt. And as I told you, the legacy debt goes from ECG to all the sectors are accumulating one debt on another that are being put together. Do you understand? So it's us focusing on how to deal with it. If I want NPP came to it, they actually terminated about 11 of the independent power agreements, which was at the still over $400 million annually. And they believe that if they had not terminated that, the cost in the lifespan of the project was even going to be higher. That's why I'm saying that let's not do too much politics with the energy issue, because
let's look at the real
one
issues in the
government or
sector.
the other, the debt keeps increasing. And it's about how we can make sure that it becomes so efficient that we cannot accumulate debt. Because what we call energy sector legacy debt is outside what we pay them monthly.
True.
So this 1.4 billion is not part of what the government is paying these IPPs daily. This is a debt that we have accumulated in the past, and we are reinforced and say, leave it, we'll find money and pay. So that is different from what we have to pay them every month for what they're actually generating now. So in the energy sector, if you look at it critically, we have a serious issue. So let's all try and find ways of fixing it once and for all. Because as I said, it's the biggest drain on the economy. 1.47 billion. A government that finds that money, imagine if he wants to do the big push, want to invest that money in book. Look at the kilometers of road that money could have done. But it's a debt that has been hanging, and we keep paying, and then it keeps increasing. That is the interest. As you pay the thing, because you are using the power every day. So as I said, let's look at this energy sector issue anybody. I know at 247 and everybody knows that the biggest drag on the economy and the biggest headache of a government now is the energy sector. If you are able to fix the energy sector, all other sectors will be moving. Look, 1.4 billion. Which hospital do we want to build with global standard if we can put $1.4 billion and we can't build it? Do you understand?
We would have built one that would take care of
We'll take care of almost everybody. So we should all recognize that in terms of the energy sector, a lot of issues are there. Let's hope
we need to sanitize that sector.
That's why I always say that. I've said this over. I said we need thinkers for the nation sector by sector. Some people handle the energy sector under Mahama one. Some people handle under Kufuor. Some people handle under Atamot.
Let's put all of them together.
Can't we put all this people together, Charlie? This thing is a national problem. It's not about this or MPP. All of us have handled this sector, and we all know the nuances of how this is happening. How do we fix it once and for all? We always like the government in power should just decide how they want to fix it. That is why we are where we are. But I believe that in the 30 years or so of Fourth Republic, if we can begin to say appointees that have served in these sectors with some experts joining them and form standing groups and say we want to fix sector by sector problem. You are the people who have handled it before. We are adding these experts to you as group. Think for the nations and come up with lasting solutions for our problem. That's the only way we can stop with the IMF. But if we want to be doing it government by government, the truth, one government can, no single government can have all the solutions to our problem. And we will also be going back to this problem.
But Nana Tufo, to latch on to what Elvis just mentioned, yes, it's a good call. But we need to understand how we got where we are. That doesn't mean you stay in the past. You use the past to inform the future. And what I was doing per my submission, it's fact. It's the not only the honest reality, it is the reality. We, under John Dramani Mahama, then president, signed over 40. And he's asking me to bring evidence.
He's asking for evidence of the
I'm coming.
Contract.
You know, we sat in this studio, many others, where this information is in the public purview. And, you know, it's in the public purview because, why do I say so? Google right now, Ghanaians. How many IPP agreements did NDC sign between? You're saying, are we not all using? Come on,
it's the same thing. I'm
coming. Elikam, let's allow. You know,
we have a few seconds to go.
Good.
So just
so when you see that we signed 43 deals, of which giving us a capacity of 5,083 megawatts, of which we only use 2,700, and we pay $42 million every month since 2017 for power we don't use. And, you know, we just need to understand that. It may hurt Elikam when I give him the historical facts. Yes, because, you know, you're very emotive, which is good, it's necessary. But that's the reality. And, you know, I was giving you an example of I come and stay in your house, I use electricity, and you pay the bill. Somebody signed a deal which is not fit for Ghana, and we are paying for that. And so suddenly when you come back and pay, you are paying a debt you caused.
But he's saying they export the excess and make money from it.
No, that argument is, let's be careful. See, I said let's fix the energy sector issue comprehensively.
Okay.
And stop this back. And you know, I didn't say that you're signing and this. I'm just saying that
I understand.
We've gone past that.
Yeah. So let's deal with the problem we have now. So let's solve the problem.
What I said, if NDC left 2.5 billion, you want to put the power on, so you spend so much money keeping the power. But NPP also added over 600 billion. We are $3.1 billion as legacy. It means that whatever we have done in the past, whether NDC or
it's not helping us.
There are issues. So let's find with NPP what they've done. Where could they have done it better?
That's why I said that.
So
my submission was not to stay in the past, but use the past to inform the future. So that we collectively, I said in my opening statement that we're in the same boat. And I mean, you'll recall, I want this administration to succeed. We'll deal with you in the political arena. But every government, you know, we need to get behind them. But where they're going wrong also, be Ghanaian enough to point it out to them. Because it benefits me when I point out where you're going wrong.
Elikam, final.
Well, all I can say is all kudos to President John Dramani Mahama. He has demonstrated how visionary he is. Today, his so-called incompetence is being equated to a semblance of what Alhaji Bawumia has. And all kudos to Dr. Ato Kessil Forsen. And then also to Dr. John Jinapo. They have demonstrated that the NDC indeed has men that are capable of handling situations at hand. Mind you, this is not the first time. President Mahama was in power, and he made sure he resolved Dumso before leaving power. Fortunately, whatever it is, whether it's on an oracle or whatever, caused the then or the previous vice president, then candidate, also to even commend him and say, why do we have to commend him for a problem that he created and solved? So I am grateful, and knowing that President John Mahama is on a reset agenda, he's a nation builder that has put the country under construction. And it is not, when we say he's put the nation under construction, it's not only about roads, it's about resetting, and the construction is about everything. We Ghanaians must also now find a way to reset our minds and be able to be patriotic towards seeing the growth of this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Elikam. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Elvis. And thank you also for sending in your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. This has been the News Review segment here on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufu-Boateng. Please don't go away. The show continues after this. 10 years of memories, 10 years of adventure, 10 years of culture and crazy good vibes. This March, we are turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. Expect non-stop fun, breathtaking views, deep cultural immersion, and unforgettable moments. This is more than a trip. It's culture in motion, adventure without limbs. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary edition. You cannot miss this. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to secure your seat. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM. Terms and conditions apply. The Heritage Caravan 2026. Experience Ghana like never before.
Oh, another payment through Stanbic. Smooth as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially address school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic.
Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. No stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
You get bad mind, no be say you be baddest.
Wuria, say dear, yes, Kona Nimi Yankasa, Enti, Kanena near Bosile, Madame Yashan, Nina, Akem, Anas Boy Enterprise, SMN Control say, what's you fear ye? We hear POP ceiling papa, with many design, plaster board installation, TV unit design, a Cassian Kitwa, and Italian Ahudwina, or Baking neat Ediamo, Afi, was Sansuya painting, into a damn be a was here, for Fred Anas Boy Enterprise. You will paint in the comma, Ediamo, Afi, window designs be. Ya ni nyina bi bia na wo dwen se wo besifie na fie na wo besie no so no wo hia de so bi mada Anas Boy Enterprise ST say residential and commercial construction afi we renovation and remodeling surveying bia open no obe ne kama e de ama afi architectural design say ko twi ko breman baaye and drawing plans wo be ne neat e de ama menua berema ma me kan for Anas Boy Enterprise and for ma e say wonim de na ne nsa no ye fe come on enti sa open ne ma mabobo so nyina ejumadia hwehwe Anas Boy Enterprise no ntwa needs locate Anas Boy Enterprise our Tantra Hill Amasamai and Ablekuma Canada Junction so open shimwa fre 034-611-3461 Anas Boy Enterprise Wunimte Ankasa.
The Soweto Secondary School SWESCO Alumni Association invites all alumni to its annual all-year groups Thanksgiving and Remembrance Service. There will be remembrance of the departed PCAs and also the launch of the 67th Speech and Prize Giving Day. The date, Sunday the 18th of January 2026. Time, it's 2 p.m. Venue, Cedar Mountain Assemblies of God Church, East Legon. Contact your year group president and register your attendance now. Semper Cum Optimus, always with the best.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily. My name is Jude Duncan. Just gone by, Nana Tufo Boateng with an interesting news review with his guest, going through all the big stories from the weekend up until this morning. The biggest of them all, government clearing the energy sector debt, and that has got a lot of people talking, particularly on social media. In the course of the week, we'll be bringing you all the updates and the fallouts from that particular one. Also, we saw the big announcement in regards to the Heritage Caravan 2026. Of course, that big announcement meant that we had to extend the news review. And of course, we are back. My name is Jude Duncan. My colleague Philip is also around. Something really interesting is happening in Medina. He'll be sharing with us all the details on that. But as you may know, the footbridge issue in Medina has come under very intense, public discussion again. Why is this so? The reason is because pedestrians often are disregarding the use of it. They rather cross the road rather than use the footbridge. Now we know how this story became topical. At a certain point in the previous administration, there was a significant number of deaths recorded because drivers were crashing into, humans who were crossing the road at unapproved, points. Now, the pressure mounted, particularly from media and a section of the public in Medina, meant that, government had to come in to construct the footbridge. But now, we've seen that indiscipline crawl back again, and it's got a lot of people talking. My colleague Philip ordinarily will be in the studio with me, but he is currently stationed at Medina to bring us some more insights on this particular conversation. Good morning, Philip, and welcome to Breakfast. Hello, Philip. If you can hear me, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, Jude. I trust you are doing well.
I'm amazing. I trust you are fine as well.
Jude, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning, and good morning to
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing good. So, like you indicated, today I'm at Medina Zongo Junction, and in 2020 to 2021, somewhere into 2024, the chaos that one will see here is very much, or you see a lot of chaos here. Should you use the stretch, say, on your left side, getting to Pantai, or going to Ebri, or behind me, maybe going to Atomic, or there's a road that goes to Reese Junction, and in front of me, it's going to Medina Market, and behind me, it's going to Legon, Accra Mall, Okponglo, through to Accra. So in the year 2021, the then Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey visited this place, where he noticed that the place was chaotic. A wire mesh was constructed so that pedestrians or people who want to cross from one side to the other will use the footbridge. The footbridge has been of great concern because of the number of accidents we've been recording here, or the number of road crashes we're recording here that leads to the death of pedestrians. So the action that was put in place was to get the wire mesh constructed, but some recalcitrant individuals destroyed this wire mesh so they can get their way through and cross to the other side of the road. But with the onset of this administration and the Chief Executive Officer for La Nkwantana Madina Municipality, it looks like some sanity has been brought here again. So, Jude, looking at what we are saying here, if you see what I'm holding, it's an iron rod inside and I think rubber around it. So, should you try crossing this place, then definitely it's either you are receiving about 2 or 3 strokes of this, or you would have to find your way out of this place. It's just interesting. And the guards here are not taking it lightly because they are ensuring sanity at this place. And the vehicles are allowed to move freely. If you are moving from Legon side going to Pantang, the gridlock that you witness here, you could stay here in a gridlock for about an hour or 2. There are other measures to that have been put in place to ensure that the place is well maintained. There is sanity here, and also the sanitary condition here is also good. Maybe some assemblies would have to learn from what the Nkwantana Madina Assembly has done. But I'll speak to the Deputy Chief Director here. I'll speak to the Deputy Chief Director here and ask a few questions what has been done. Oh, madam, you can stand here and ask a few questions what has been done to ensure that every individual uses the footbridge. The footbridge, which is very important. We also understand that in the month of December, some road crashes were recorded here. People died or lost their lives, and that has compelled the Assembly to do this initiative to ensure that every individual who uses the side of the road, that is Madina Junction, is made or compelled to use the footbridge. Good morning, madam. You're welcome to Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV.
Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Confidence Logo.
Okay. So first of all, I want to find out from you, how was this place like, let's say, some 3 or 4 months ago?
Okay, it was quite messy. You could see the vehicular movement. There's a lot of traffic here. And then most of the people, the pedestrians also choose to cross by foot. So it creates a very chaotic situation over here and very, very bad. And then so, but before 3 months ago, it's been something that has been happening for a while. So when the chief executive came to office, it was discussed at management meeting and both at MUSEC also as to how to resolve the issue. And before then, it's not only December that we lost life. We've been losing lives as a result of people ignoring the use of the footbridge. And so it's something that has been going on year in, year out. The loss of life is a daily thing. And so by then it has come to a point where we needed to do what? Solve the problem once and for all. And coupled with the fields around, we needed to solve the traffic issues and then ensure that traffic flows freely. And also people use the footbridge and also to get rid of the fields. And so like I said, MCE came, we had discussions, MUSEC management, and the decision was made. First of all, we had to reinforce. At first we were having the wire fence. But then as of last year, almost all of them were down because the pedestrians will still want to use the cross by foot. They managed to pull them down.
And did they pull them down in the day, at night? What period of time did they pull it down? What information did you gather as the assembly that the pedestrians pulled down these mesh?
Most of you realize that it's been done in the night because daytime, more often you see the city guards here and the police, so they wouldn't do that. So more often than not, it's done in the night. So when you come in the morning, you see that the fence walls are down. And then we assume that, okay, it wasn't reinforced or it wasn't strong enough. So the decision was made, and as you can see, we have erected new fence walls with the razor blades at the top because they used to pull it down from the top. So now that the razor blades are at the top, you cannot easily do it because you get hurt. And then the fence wall, the wall, this thing.
So before that, maybe you can just pan and let's see what is happening. One individual has been prevented and asked to return after he tried crossing this place, and ideally he's not supposed to do so. So you can see the guards here have told him to return and use the footbridge, which is what they are doing here, and the enforcement they are putting in place here. So you were talking about you are talking about some few things that you are putting in place.
Yeah, so the mesh, we have done it. It is stronger now, and the assembly has added the pipes to enforce it, and from both sides, from Redco to the Zongo Junction down, it's been done. So now it's difficult for them to cross. And secondly, we have the city guards here. So what happens is that early in the morning, by 5 a.m., we have our city guards here directing traffic and also ensuring that people don't cross or break the fence. And so they ensure. Then in the afternoon, by 8 in the morning, the city guards would have left. And then we have a new task force. We call them sanitation task force. They ensure that our roads are clean. We don't dump rubbish all over the place.
Because I can see how clean this place is. Prior to that, you'd see that the place is very messy. People have dumped refuse there, here, and all that.
Yeah, it's true. And then because we had our environmental officers working, but because of the nature of Medina, it is a trading center. So you can imagine the volume of refuse. And so people are always, before you come in the morning, in the night, the junkies and all the people that collect from homes and from the markets, they dump by the roadside. And because the numbers were few, and then of course naturally people after working they will go to bed in the night, so they do take advantage. Early morning they come to do that. So assembly decided to do what? Employ additional hands, and so we have employed sanitation task force. They are in uniform, as you can see. We have given them uniform, and they run shifts. We have a good number of them. They run shifts, so they close at 10 p.m. and they come early as 8 because some work and then they run shift, like I said. So up to 10 p.m. we make sure that nobody comes to dump refuse at the roadside.
But let's talk about the number of deaths you've recorded. The number of crashes you've reported that has led to people losing their lives. In the month of December, what was the number? Or let's say 3 months before now, what was the number? If you have any statistics to help us on that.
But as of December, the statistics from maybe a previous year to last year was 61. Yes, so it was very important for us to do it. And like I was saying, we have done the mesh, and the city guards are here. The police is also assisting, and our sanitation guards, apart from ensuring the cleanliness of the place, they also help in the traffic. So when the sanitation guards come to ensure that nobody crosses by foot, the city guards move to the foot bridges. As at November, we did a decongestion exercise. Before then, the foot bridges were taken over by traders. And so pedestrians could not, there was no way for you to pass. Even if you passed, it was with difficulty. So the assembly, with the leadership of the municipal chief executive, had a massive decongestion exercise at the Zongo Junction and Redco. And then we made sure that all the traders were cleared off. And then so now the place is clean. They were cleared off, and the environmental health officers went to clean the place, sweeping and cleaning the place. And then now the city guards are there. They monitor, they're patrolling the whole day to ensure that nobody comes to sell there. And so the foot bridges are now free. People can move freely. And also before then, when it's dark from 6 p.m., it's reported that there are people to attack pedestrians when they try to cross. Yes, so that compels them, that's the excuse, that compels them to come and then cross the road by foot, and then the casualties. So because of that, the MCE, again, by his leadership, have installed solar lights at the foot bridges both. So in the night, the place is well lighted, and then there's no risk or there's no fear of darkness for anybody to lure or lag behind and come and steal from anybody. So the place is now free day and night. There are people watching the foot bridges to ensure that it is safe, and then traders also don't come display their wares to take over the footbridge. And in the night, again, like I said, we have solar lights that illuminates the place, and so day and night the place is now okay for pedestrians to use and the traffic to also flow freely.
Beautiful. So you've covered all angles to ensure that people are forced to use the footbridge. But one may ask, sustainability, because we've seen an action like this from the previous administration. Let's not politicize this, from the Greater Accra Regional Minister then, that is Henry Quartey. But they've also come in here to intensify measures. How sustainable is this?
Yeah, it's sustainable because, like I said earlier, we have employed extra hands and they are on our payroll. And so we have employed them in good numbers. Some, they run shifts. So some come early in the morning. By midday, they close. Others take over from midnight to maybe 4 to 3 to 4. And then the rest take over from there till 10 p.m. So it's sustainable. Once we have the people and we have detailed them and instructed them on what to do, and there are people who monitor, officers are monitoring and the police is also here to help. And so once we have the shift from morning, from dawn, that is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., then it's sustainable. Yes, it is.
And also, looking at the sustainability that you said that it's sustainable, are there challenges that your men have told you that they are facing, though they are enforcing the laws? They are ensuring that people use the footbridge instead of crossing the street.
Oh yes, naturally, this has become the new normal. The normal then was that they will cross by foot. But this has become the new normal. So definitely people, it will take time. So you have some few stubborn ones, like you saw, somebody crossing and they have to turn him back. So of course, we'll certainly have that challenge. It is expected. But then gradually, once the awareness is going on, and then people are getting to know that assembly is serious and there's no way they are going to compromise, definitely with time everybody will fall in line.
Hello,
because
Philip.
when you cross, you are being turned back. And you can see majority, only a few, one or two are breaking the rule and doing the otherwise. So
Hello.
definitely, there will be challenges, but...
Yeah, so Jude, I can hear you. Is there a question you want to ask?
Yes, I want you to pose to her whether there are plans to deal with traders who have, put their wares on the footbridge and are selling there. Hello, Philip, did you get my question?
Okay. I think she also spoke about the fact that these traders have been... I got your question. She's also indicates that traders have been taken off the footbridge. So maybe at the end of this entire interview, we will take a stroll on the footbridge and you see how clear the place is, which is accommodating a number of pedestrians to use the footbridge. But before we visit the footbridge, I want to find out from you, how many months did it take you to ideate or to put these ideas together and eventually implement it?
Okay, I think from June thereabout, like I was saying, our MC, he's an indigene of Medina.
So he knows the issues?
Yes, and he's been an assembly member, a presiding member, so he's very much aware of all that. So when he came to office, he informed management it's one of his priorities to ensure sanity on our road and to make sure that the footbridge is put to its use. So right after he took over or he settled, we just started discussing at management meetings, and then he involved MUSEC, that's the Security Council, and then so almost immediately he took office. But of course, before everything can take fruition and succeed, we need to plan. So after the meetings, we planned, strategized, and then also took time to involve the key people, and then also recruit the kind of people that will need, you understand, the kind of people that will need to be able to do the exercise. And so it took, let's say, a period of 5 months, but then it's been behind the scene, working, planning, and doing the right thing.
So we want to move to the footbridge. Will you want to join us? Okay, so Judy, maybe you can take the lead so that we see what is happening in front of us as we move to the footbridge for you to see how clear the place is. But one thing I'm learning from this assembly is that the assembly is trying to set the pace for other assemblies to also follow. Mind you, when you visit a place like La Paz, now there is a bigger issue there where pedestrians or people are crossing the road indiscriminately instead of they using the footbridge. You go to Kwashiman, it's also same. You also go to a place like Kaswa, it's also same. But if you are able to get pedestrians to do the right thing by being on the footbridges and using the footbridges instead of the streets, we are definitely going to reduce travel time, because then we wouldn't be seeing the gridlock that ordinarily will be seen on this stretch. And mind you, when you go to these places, or previously if you come to Medina here, you could stay in gridlock for about 30 minutes to an hour before you cross just the Medina Zongo junction to the other side of the stretch, wherever you are going to. So, Jude, as you can see on your shot now, we are on the footbridge.
Interesting. What can you report with regards to the state of affairs?
It's so clear that traders have been cleared and the place is... Come again?
No, go on, Philip.
Hello? Yeah, so as you can see in the shots there, it's a place that can accommodate a lot of people, because previously, if you come here, you see that a lot of traders were here and they had blocked the path where people would ordinarily cross or use.
Wow.
And the complaint has been that the footbridge is very long, but from what I'm seeing, it's not that long. So you should be able to cross this footbridge. But let's stand here a bit and have conversation on how free the stretch is. So in the middle of the road, you can see that no individual is being allowed to use the stretch. That is the middle of the road. Everyone has been asked to use footbridge, and I think this is brilliant.
Yes, it is. It is, and it makes life comfortable for everybody. It is.
But also with the traders that you've taken them off the footbridge, what is also the plan for this? Because sometimes you would see that though you've taken the traders off, with time they also return.
Yes, that's why I said earlier that we have city gas patrolling day and night to ensure that they don't come back. And we've also been able to feed them into the main market. Some of them, there are spaces, so some of them have been able to find spaces. And also there's a land that is a market, but it's not fully developed. So the plan is that after everything is settled, the rest will be put there, including the drivers here, those that have put a station here.
Go ahead. You said those that are what?
Yeah, there's a station here. That's also part of the pedestrian movement. It hampers their movement. So they will all be sent there. It's not far from here. There's a station there. It's a market. So with time, we'll move all of them there. But we are here to re-engineer the place to make sure that all the needed facilities there for them to go. So that when they go, they will stay. Because market women are stubborn by nature. If it's not up to what they expect, they will move back. So we'll have to take our time. We are taking our time to do everything there is to be done. Then when we move them, they stay permanent.
But there's also been a complaint that the footbridge is very long. For that reason, people cannot cross. From the Assembly's point of view, what do you also make of the length of the footbridge? Is it long or it's okay?
I think it's okay. And also, if there's always a price compared to losing lives and using the footbridge. And like you said, from here to this place, it's a means of exercise. Yes, when you walk on it.
Of course, it is. It is.
It's okay. This is the only way it has to be done. We thought it was discussed at management meeting because staff. We also talked about it. This same complaint. The father is long and it's widened, but then the engineering. This is the best that could be done. Looking at the facilities and the buildings and everything that is here. This is the best we have, but then relatively it's not that long. It's just an excuse for us to do the wrong thing.
But older men and also the disabled may not be able to use the footbridge. From your assembly, is there a plan? I understand that there is something like a pragya that helps the people to cross from one side to the other. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, we have. But you see, when we stood there, you could see that those who are crossing, if you observed, a lot of motors have been passing. It means that those who would have before then used any means to cross by foot, they are now using the motor. It's also another means of avoiding to cross by foot and also make another form of living for the motor riders. And also on the footbridge, we have the disability friendly accessway. It's there. So yes, once they are able to use it. So the bridge is catered for those who are walking, who are able, and those who are not able to walk freely. They have the disability friendly side that they can also use. So for me, I think there's no excuse for anybody. We've all been catered for, and we can make good use of the footbridge.
So for now, it's zero tolerance for people who are crossing in the middle of the road.
It is, because this is a major road and it is bad. It is just a no-no. We cannot afford to keep having this thing. And honestly, it's also tarnishing the image of the assembly because it blocks traffic. When you see it, those times, before then, if you see it, it's bad. The number of people that gather to cross, huge numbers, 40, 50 at a go, crossing. And sometimes if they don't do the calculations well, and then you are knocked down by a vehicle. Lives, we are resource to the nation, and we can't afford, assembly cannot afford to be losing lives.
Thank you. So, Jude, that is it there. She has spoken extensively. That is the Deputy Chief Director for the Langpantanan Municipal, Madina Municipal Assembly. I'll try and speak to one or two of the pedestrians and find out from them how easy or difficult it is for them to use the footbridge. You know, we've had that conversation. People saying that it's very difficult to use the footbridge and all that. But gentlemen, good morning. How are you?
So this is a running story we'll be covering all through the day. Of course, we know how this particular issue erupted somewhere in November 2018. The death of a West African senior secondary school girl, led to a series of protests on the stretch, urging government to construct the footbridge. Fast forward, the footbridge will be constructed, but in recent times we are being told that it's been abandoned as pedestrians would rather cross the road than use it. But the assembly is now putting together stringent measures to ensure that there's some level of compliance with regards to the use of the footbridge. My colleague Philip is in the area following up on the story and engaging pedestrians. All through the week, we could be bringing you updates on that. But it's now time for us to cross over to Parliament, where the Public Accounts Committee is conducting a hearing on the Auditor General's report for the year 2024. Let's follow
this process. Well, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, a minute. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, actually, they were slated for later and not exactly. The first on the list that we sent out was Bank of Ghana. So that is why we respectfully apologize that we were waiting for feed from GTV. And so, Minister, honestly, I thought you just let it slide. That
Chairman, I'll let it slide. We were asked to be here at 9 a.m.
Yes, but
so
BOG was slated for the first submission. So respectfully, I apologize.
So maybe
I think
our scheduling
we should let it slide.
Into consideration.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There are times you come in and we step down others and allow you to. So if today you've been here a bit, we understand, but I think we are all doing it in the interest of our nation. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In respect of